Back in Las Vegas as we are closing in towards kickoff between the Atlanta Falcons at 6-7 on the year and the Las Vegas Raiders at 2-11. Alongside my partner, the Hall of Famer James Lofton, I'm Kevin Kugler, and it's time for James's keys to tonight's game. And James, let's start for the Atlanta Falcons. They are 6-7. They're chasing Tampa Bay in the NFC South. What do they have to do to break their 4-game losing skid?
You want to get back to basics. And for the Atlanta Falcons, they have such a solid run game, a really good offensive line, a surprisingly good offensive line. And Bijan Robinson, their great running back, is a finisher. And by that I mean he's always pushing the pile forward, falls forward, gets those yardage, get him going early, and then go to Drake London. He's your power wide receiver at 6'4", 215 pounds. He is really the guy who can make this team take those chunk plays down the field once that running game gets going. So it's play action, run the ball, get the ball to Drake London on offense.
Let's talk then about these Las Vegas Raiders. It's been a struggle this year, James. They're 2-11 on the season. Well, the Atlanta Falcons come in on a 4-game skid. The Raiders are in on a 9-game losing streak. What do they have to do to break that skid tonight and get on the winning note again?
They've got to forget about the 9 games.
Yep.
You've got to have a short memory. And so Desmond Ridder is going to be the starting quarterback tonight. Once upon a time, he was a starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. So now he's getting a chance to show the team that let him go that, yes, I can play. And you know what? The Raiders' offensive line is pretty good too. But they really, when you watch the Raiders play, Brock Bowers, tight end. You think about Dave Casper, who was a great tight end in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I know it's a huge leap to talk about Brock Bowers in his first year, but he's just such a creative runner. When you watch him play, I was talking to Fred Biletnikoff before the game down on the field. Fred said he looks like a wide receiver, a guy who is moving like a 5'9" guy. So that's the best that the Raiders have on offense, and they got a great story at running back. Sincere McCormick, practice squad guy. How about the University of Texas at San Antonio? They don't normally put in guys who are stars, but this guy is starting out his career, getting a chance to show what he can do.
And Antonio Pierce, the head coach of the Raiders, said he's going to give him the nod tonight at running back because he's earned it. He's earned the opportunity with 175 rushing yards in very limited time. Just 4 games played so far this season. We're closing in on kickoff. It's the Raiders. It's the Falcons. The opening kickoff is straight ahead from Las Vegas. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport and then pick more or pick less with their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, is available to play in more than 40 plus states, including California and Texas. You want to join right now? Because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pixmas. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use the code PRIMETIME. Get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get that $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You know by now you don't need to win. You just get the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
This holiday season, make it a PXG holiday. The golfer in your life is sure to love PXG's high-quality, high-performance golf clubs, and they'll look as good as they feel roaming the course wearing PXG apparel that delivers both style and comfort. Premium golf balls, award-winning gloves, and the best bags are on every golfer's list, and the PXG store near you has them and so much more. Can't decide? PXG gift cards are always available. Make it a PXG holiday this year. Find the PXG store near you at pxg.com.
The Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon are taking over Orlando. Be there live to celebrate the NFL's biggest stars as they compete in an action-packed AFC versus NFC showdown, featuring flag football and skills competitions at Camping World Stadium on February 2nd. Don't miss NFL legends, celebrity coaches, and unforgettable fan moments. The Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon, Sunday, February 2nd. Tickets are on sale now and start as low as $29. Go to probowl.com/tickets to get yours today.
Welcome back to Monday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Kohl's.
55-yard try for Bryant. Will it be his 14th career game winner? Snap, spot, kick by Bryant is away. And it is good! Drive home safely. 1 second left, and Matt Bryant just plastered one from 55 yards.
Wes Durham with a call on 790 The Zone and the Atlanta Falcons radio network. That capped off a thrilling finish to the Falcons' 23-20 win over the Oakland Raiders back in 2012. Asante Samuel's 79-yard pick six gave Atlanta a 7-point lead with just under 3 minutes remaining. But the Raiders answered with a touchdown of their own. Darren McFadden scored with 40 seconds left to tie the game at 20. And that set the stage for Atlanta's eventual game-winning drive. With Matt Bryant's kick, the Falcons improved to 6-0 for the first and only time in franchise history. Atlanta finished that season with the best record in the conference, making it all the way to the NFC Championship game before falling to San Francisco. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. When the holidays get real, start at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where you'll find everything you need all in one place. Kohl's, where families come first. With Hall of Famer James Lofton, Kevin Kugler ready for kickoff, the Atlanta Falcons have won the toss. They've elected to defer, which means we're going to see the Raiders on offense first with quarterback Desmond Ridder getting his first start of the year.
And I had to go back and start thinking about my own career playing against the Falcons, going all the way back to Fulton County Stadium. So Desmond Ridder will remember this game 20, 30, 40 years from now, just like I remember those games when I played against the Falcons on that old baseball field that they used to share with the Atlanta Braves.
Many say there are not many similarities between Fulton County Stadium and Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, but you could speak to that better than I could.
Well, the field is 100 yards long. It's 53 1/3 wide. End zones are 10 yards deep. It's the exact same field.
It's time for the opening kickoff, sponsored by T-Mobile. If you're 55 and up, James, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
And up.
And up. Raiders will move it from our left to our right. The Falcons from our right to our left. Atlanta to kick things off, and we are underway on Game 2 of Monday Night Football. From the 5-yard line, Laube out to the 10, across the 15, cuts back to the 20, and he's upended shy of the 30-yard line. And a return of 22 yards, and Desmond Ridder and company out to work from the 29-yard line. We'll see where they spot this at the 28, and that's where it'll be first down and 10. As we set the Raider offense, Colton Miller, the left tackle, Jordan Meredith, the left guard, Jackson Powers Johnson, the rookie center, Dylan Parham at right guard, and DJ Glaze at right tackle. Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, the tight ends, Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers, the wide receivers. Sincere McCormick is the running back, and movement on the left side of the line early is Colton Miller, like he was shot out of a cannon, left early. 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty.
Offensive linemen look so fast when they jump off sides.
Don't they? I mean, Colton Miller couldn't have looked any faster.
You're going, man, that guy probably runs 4.4 in the 40.
So a false start at an ominous beginning if you're Antonio Pierce, the second-year head coach on the sidelines, who's had a pained look on the sidelines for a good portion this year. 2-11 Raiders trying to get on track tonight. First and 15 from the 23. From the shotgun, now motion across, fake to give to the motion man, the handoff to McCormick. He'll pick his way up the middle, and he'll pick up yardage right back near the original line of scrimmage at the 28 before Caden Ellis can make the stop for Atlanta.
And what we saw in that first play was a little bit of a read option. You had some motion going from left to right. You had him fake the ball hand the ball to the running back, and then fake as if he was going around the left side when the run was going to the right. So we're going to see some of Desmond Ridder using his legs in this ball game.
He's certainly capable of doing that. A former starter with the Falcons. 48 starts in his college career at Cincinnati. Second down and 10, back at the 28-yard line. Two receivers to the left, play action. Ritter will roll to the right, throws on the run. Short toss, caught by Brock Bowers up the right sideline, and he's yanked out of bounds about 2 yards short of the first down at the 36 by Lorenzo Carter, a pickup of 8.
What's the old saying, rinse and repeat?
Do it again.
Throw it to Brock Bowers. Throw it to Brock Bowers. You've thrown the ball to him, I think, 119 times during the course of the regular season now. And those targets, so important. Brock Bowers proves that he can do a lot of different things in the offensive passing game.
88th catch of the year for the rookie from Georgia. It sets up a 3rd and 2 at the 36-yard line. Ritter, handoff, McCormick up the middle, and McCormick very close to the first down. Caden Ellis and Grady Jarrett combine on the stop, but he's about a half yard shy of the 38, which is what he needed for the first down. It'll be 4th and 1, and a 2-11 Raiders team. Are they going for it on 4th and short?
Well, one of the strengths of the Raiders are their offensive guards. Jordan Meredith, Dylan Parham, along with Jackson Powers Johnson at center. This is an ideal time for a quarterback sneak.
And they will go for it on 4th down. It's about a half yard, but they're going to line up in the shotgun. Desmond Ritter in the gun with 3 receivers stacked slot right. McCormick to his left. Fakes the give to McCormick, runs left side, and that read option, Ritter, using his legs, as you mentioned earlier, gets the first down to the 40-yard line.
You know, when you go back and you think about somebody drafted in the 3rd round like Ritter was, do you know what his 40 time was at the combine?
No.
4.58. That's fast. That's
fast.
Almost as fast as I could still run.
Almost.
I just wouldn't be finished with the 40 if I had to run it now.
But the first 5 to 6 yards, you'd be 4.58.
As long as there's something to eat right there.
First down and 10 at the 40. Ball on the left hash, moving from our left to our right. The handoff up the middle and slipping down as he made his cut. Getting back up is McCormick. He'll pick up a couple. Touched up near the 42-yard line by Matthew Judon. Let's set the rest of this defense. It's Grady Jarrett, Eddie Goldman, and David Onyemata along that defensive line. Lorenzo Carter and Matthew Judon, the edge rushers. It'll be Nate Landman, who sees a lot of time with Troy Anderson injured. Caden Ellis at linebacker. A.J. Terrell, Mike Hughes, the corners. D. Alford is the nickel. Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons are the safeties.
And they have veteran men up there who have man strength. And, Grady Jarrett, one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league.
2nd and 7 at the 43 of the Raiders. Ritter to throw. Pumps and throws it short. Catch made by McCormick over the middle as he checked down to his running back of the 45. Caden Ellis there immediately on the stop after a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and a long 4 coming up for Las Vegas.
That was really good by Desmond Ritter on that last play because they had pushed the pocket back into his lap. He didn't get happy feet. He was able to go from looking down the field trying to get it to the receivers or the tight end to dump that ball down and get in a very manageable 3rd and 5 for 3rd down.
Ritter, quick snap out of the shotgun, throws right side, catch is made, and leaning over the midfield stripe for the first down is Amir Abdullah. And the former Nebraska Cornhusker able to use that power at the end of the run to push through Jesse Bates, break the play into the midfield stripe, and that's a first down.
We had talked about Ritter and his 4.58 in the 40. Amir Abdullah, with those fluorescent shoes on, still runs about 4.3 coming out.
Rushed for over 4,500 yards at Nebraska in his college career. First down and 10, the ball just across the midfield stripe. 3 receivers left, single wide to the right. And on first down, McCormick goes left, fears it to Jacoby Myers. Myers wants to throw, and Myers is sacked. He pitched it back to the former quarterback, Jacoby Myers, who in his NFL career is 6 for 7 for 100 yards. Caden Ellis, not fooled at all, threw him down for a loss of 10 all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and Myers was fooled there because what he's got to do, he's outside the pocket, near the numbers on the right side of the field, throw that ball away down the field, and they're showing in the stadium right now on the highlight board, face mask. Atlanta defender had Jacoby Myers' face mask on that last play.
Didn't get called. 2nd down and 20 at the 40-yard line. The handoff to McCormick, and he's buried in the backfield. Pouncing on him is Rook Arururu, who is just off of the injured list, the 2nd-round pick from Clemson. And Arururu able to get in there into the backfield and drop him for a loss of 3 to the 37. Raiders going the wrong way.
Yeah, and the Raiders had done so much on this drive to pick up 3rd downs, pick up a 4th down. And now it's hard to overcome when you don't have a lot of go-to guys. A big loss like they had on 1st down, then another loss on 3rd down. You got to protect the football right here if you're Desmond Ritter. just let this drive end with a kick.
10th play of the opening drive, and on 3rd and 23, the handoff to Alexander Madison, protecting the football, but then it pops out. As he's diving forward, the ball pops out, and it's recovered by Atlanta. The play was for all intents and purposes over, and as he dove forward, the ball jars out, and Kevin King pounces on it for the Atlanta Falcons.
Madison's still down. Every turnover is reviewable upstairs. So they're going to take a look at this. And for the Raiders, hoping in the elbow or a knee or a shin touches the ground before he loses the ball. But there's a lot of contact there at the end of the play.
Looked like D. Alford might have been the one who got in there to jar that ball loose. The 26th giveaway this season for the Raiders. And while they tend to Alexander Madison, we'll take a timeout. Scoreless with 9:15 to play in the first. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Your holiday season just got a whole lot smoother with the music of a Yacht Rock Christmas. Christopher Cross, Hall & Oates, and more. Or try a Yacht Soul Christmas.
And this Christmas,
hosted by Cool of Cool and the Gang.
soulful and groovy.
Exclusively on the Sirius XM app through Christmas Day, along with dozens of other holiday channels and specials.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on Sirius XM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Deck the home
with boughs of holly,
with a channel featuring generation after generation of country stars.
'Tis a season to be jolly,
and their heartfelt holiday sounds.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
From back then to right now.
It's officially Christmas.
Country Christmas, now through December 25th on Channel 58 and on the Sirius XM app.
'Tis the season to be jamming, with the channel stuffed full of holiday hip-hop and R&B from the 90s to now. Take your gift wrapping to a whole new level. Jingle Jams, one of dozens of holiday channels available anytime in the SiriusXM app.
Proudly serving the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Minus 18 turnover margin. That's the number for the Raiders after their 26th giveaway of the year. It's upheld upon review. First down and 10 for Atlanta from the 48-yard line of Las Vegas. In the pistol formation on first down, and the handoff to Bijan Robinson. Robinson over the left side with a good gain on first down to the 42-yard line. Robert Spillane on the tackle. And you heard James mention this in the pregame. It's a good offensive line for this Falcons team. Jake Matthews, Matthew Bergeron, Drew Dolman, Chris Lindstrom, and Caleb McGarry. It's a good line to run behind and a good job of protecting Kirk Cousins for most of the year.
And sometimes when you look at building an offensive line, you think of draft capital. So 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a fourth-round pick.
Second down and 4 at the Raider 42-yard line. Motion from the tight end Charlie Warner, and we've got motion on the field. And a little movement early with flags all over the place. Officials will confer, and the Falcons are backing up.
False start. Offense number 63. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
As we praise the offensive line, the two-time Pro Bowler Chris Lindstrom moves early.
It's okay. He's been to a Pro Bowl twice.
So he can move early? Well, it still counts as 5 from what I can tell.
You had motion going behind him, and what it was, he made a decision when the defensive tackle kind of slid a little bit but did not move into the neutral zone. So he slid sideways and not forward. And he just got up and pointed at him and said, hey, he moved before I did.
So second down and 9 at the 47-yard line. Cousins to the air for the first time. Pumps and throws over the middle. He's got a man open, and he's got a catch at the 33-yard line. Ray McLeod, coming off a season-high 8 catches a week ago, crossing from right to left, down at the Raider 33 with a pickup of 14.
If you had asked Ray McLeod last year in December, how many balls do you think he'll catch next year? He caught 12 passes in 2023 for the 49ers. And now look at him.
54th catch of the season.
Not bad. If you could say, I'm going to do my production 5 times multiple.
From the pistol, 2 receivers to the right of the line, moving from our right to our left in a scoreless first quarter. Werner in motion. The Cousins turn. The hand to Bijan Robinson picks his way over the right side, and Robinson down to the 29-yard line. Rest of the starters, we've mentioned Bijan Robinson came in 23 yards from 1,000 on the ground this year. Ray McLeod, Darnell Mooney, and Drake London, the wide receivers, with Kyle Pitts at the tight end. The big loss tonight, no Max Crosby for the Raiders. He'd played every snap the last 7 games, but James, he's out with an ankle injury.
Yeah, end of his season. Needs season-ending ankle surgery, so let's see if we see Max Crosby in the future for the Raiders.
2nd down and 7 at the 30-yard line. From the pistol again, Cousins will throw to Werner, who motioned out to the right side. Excellent play by Jack Jones, the corner. Werner made the catch at the 28-yard line, and before he could even turn upfield, Jack Jones drove him out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
You know, Jack Jones came into this league with the Patriots as a guy who could take the ball away. He had 10 interceptions when he was at Arizona State, has had interceptions in the NFL. That little play right there, that solid tackle on a tight end that outweighs him by 40 pounds is what you have to do to go to the next level. Not just be a good cover guy, but be an all-around corner. Nice tackle by Jack Jones.
So a 3rd and 5. The ball at the 28 of the Raiders. Trying to cash in on the Las Vegas turnover. Cousins will motion out his man wide to the left. Gets the shotgun snap. Cousins pressure coming up the middle, and down he goes. Kirk Cousins blasted up the middle by Jonah Laulu. 11-yard loss and the rookie's first NFL sack.
I talked to Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders, down on the field before the game. I said, what are you going to do without Max? He said, we're going to get after him. He said, the old Al Davis comment, the quarterback has to go down early and he has to go down hard. And that was exactly what happened on that last play for the Raiders.
And a loss of 11 that knocked them out of field goal range. So the Falcons unable to take advantage of the turnover. It's been a story the last month with Atlanta. Only 14 points per game over the last 4, 3rd fewest in the National Football League. Amir Abdullah is the deep man awaiting the Bradley Pinion punt. 5.5 to play in an opening first quarter that has been scoreless so far here in Las Vegas. Raiders will bring a little pressure. Pinion will try to pin the Raiders deep, and the punt's going to sail well into the end zone for a touchback. So the turnover does not cost the Raiders a single point, and with 5:19 to play in the opening quarter, still scoreless. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Morning. I'm starting my health journey with my new blender. I got 2% cash back on it with the new Cash Rewards Plus card from Navy Federal Credit Union. I got unlimited 2% cash back on these carrots, apples, bananas.
It's 6 in the morning.
Oh, I also got 2% back on these smoothie glasses.
I'm going back to bed.
Oh, yeah. I got 2% back on the mattress. Sleep tight.
You can earn unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with the new Cash Rewards Plus card. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Hey, football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
December deals just dropped at Lowe's. Get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, take an additional $75 off every $1,000 you spend on select kitchen major appliances from Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Amana, and Maytag. Also, save $20 on a Craftsman VersaStack rolling tool chest. Now just $69.98. Lowe's knows deals. Valid 12/12 through 12/18. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
Kevin Kugler and Hall of Famer James Lofton in the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. We're scoreless, 5:19 to play in the opening quarter. Desmond Ridder and the Raiders get the ball back at their own 20-yard line. He was 3 for 3 on his opening drive for 15 yards. It was a 10-play drive that netted a grand total of 16 yards before they coughed it up. But there was progress before the trick play got blown up.
And because they've tried to run the ball a little bit, and they've also shown that quarterback, read option where he would run, you also have tag on to that is that option to then throw the ball down the field shortly after you fake the run. So they've kind of set things up for Desmond Ridder. They just hit a speed bump by getting the sack against the wide receiver in the first drive.
So back to the 20-yard line they go on first down and 10. Trey Tucker will split out wide left. You've got Meyer and Myers on the field splitting the offensive line. McCormick in the backfield. He'll get the carry, and he's swallowed up for another loss. My goodness, the penetration from the men you called the big men up front, Grady Jarrett, Kentavious Street, Caden Ellis, all there to just swallow up Sincere McCormick.
Sometimes if you're Desmond Ridder, you've got to change up your snap count. Because if you're just going on one, or you're going on a rhythm cadence where you go hut, 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 those defensive linemen, they're smart enough where they're going to time it up, and they've done that early on.
Second down and 11. 7 carries for 15 yards so far for the Raiders. Ridder to throw. Pressure comes. Rolls to the right. Ridder on the run. Throwing down the sideline. He's got a man out there, and he missed his open tight end, Michael Mayer, who was falling over backwards at the Falcon 45, and Ridder throwing on the run as he drifted toward the near sideline, James, just overshot the tight end.
And that's a really good throw as Desmond Ridder is rolling to his right, sprinting outside the pocket. That ball is going to fade a little bit from left to right, but he nailed that ball right on him. And if he had just thrown it even a little bit further, look like the defensive player got a little bit of a hand on it. Harris, number 97.
To throw, Ridder throws short to Amir Abdullah, and a good open field tackle on 3rd and long by D. Alford. Abdullah caught it at the 20-yard line, and as he turned upfield, the ankles were taken out from under him. It's 4th and 9, and the punt team coming on for A.J. Cole and the Raiders.
Kind of a non-drive after that first stop on first down. The Raiders are in a situation now where they've got to be able to get positive yardage on first and second down so that they can avoid these third down situations.
Avery Williams is the deep man awaiting A.J. Cole's punt. Cole, the leader in punting average in the National Football League at 51.7 yards per punt this year. On 4th and 9, Cole will punt it away. Almost. Did it get tipped? It did. It got tipped. It'll bounce at the 45, trickles a little bit into Atlanta territory and back to the 49 before it's downed. But that pressure came in, and they got the tip. Kaderil Hodge, I believe, is the guy who got in there to tip it away.
But once that ball goes past the line of scrimmage, it's not a block punt. A block punt does not go past the line of scrimmage, so it's not a live ball where anybody can pick it up and run with it.
It is a tipped punt, however.
It is tipped, but that doesn't matter because still the defense has to down the ball and the offense has to recover it.
Matters to Kaderil Hodge, though.
Yeah, it is.
30-yard punt, no return, scoreless, timeout, 3:44 to play in quarter number 1. Raiders and Falcons. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
The Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon are taking over Orlando. Be there live to celebrate the NFL's biggest stars as they compete in an action-packed AFC versus NFC showdown, featuring flag football and skills competitions at Camping World Stadium on February 2nd. Don't miss NFL legends, celebrity coaches, and unforgettable fan moments. The Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon, Sunday, February 2nd. Tickets are on sale now and start as low as $29. Go to ProBowl.com/tickets to get yours today.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. Your boxes are wrapped and the gifts are in. Our employees are ready. Let the holiday ride begin. Let's start with the price. It's easy to manage when you ship with the reliable USPS Ground Advantage. In just a few days, it's sure to arrive. We're working nonstop to keep the spirit alive. USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Visit USPS.com/advantage.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
First down and 10 for the Falcons from their own 49-yard line. 3:44 remaining in this opening quarter. We're scoreless in Las Vegas. From the pistol, the handoff from Cousins to Bijan Robinson, bouncing to the outside. Robinson to the 45 and a stutter step before he lowers the pads and goes out of bounds at the Raider 40. It'll be a first down. Isaiah Polamau shut down that corner and an 11-yard gain to move the chains.
When you have the ability to start behind the left guard and there's nothing there, and you bounce it to the outside to go around the tight end on the right side, that's pure speed right there. And Bijan Robinson has that speed, able to pick up 10 yards on a run that was about to gain 1 yard up the middle.
So they'll spot it in between the 40 and 41-yard line of the Raiders. It's a first down for Atlanta. 3 receivers left of the line. Robinson, the single setback. Cousins under center this time. And a toss play to Robinson on the left side. Robinson across the 40, dragging tacklers to the 35 and down near the 33. Robert Spillane was on his hip, but the power of Bijan Robinson picks up 7, and it's second down. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. Tyler Algier gets his first look in the backfield tonight. 508 yards rushing this season for Atlanta. Second down and 3 at the Raider 33. 2 receivers right of the line. Snap goes to Cousins. Hand to Algier and nowhere to go. Kaylavon Chason met him at the 35-yard line and dropped him for a 2-yard loss on the play. Nowhere to go for Tyler Algier.
Tyler Algier is thinking, I just saw Bijan Robinson
right?
have room to run. How come I don't get any space to run it? But nice job by the Raiders kind of stiffening up a little bit. 3rd and 4 here. A lot of options for Kirk Cousins. He needs to get up to the line of scrimmage, read the defense, get a little movement going so that he can make sure that they're in man and not zone coverage.
3 receivers to the right, single wide left. Algier in the backfield to his left. Shotgun snap. Cousins throws right side. Catch made. Kyle Pitts bounces off contact, and Pitts with a first down at the 30-yard line. He gave up the first down yardage initially, James, went back and then realized it and then dove forward, had his hands on his helmet saying, oh my gosh, what did I almost do?
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is a guy who started out his career with over 60 receptions his rookie year, over 1,000 yards. And then the last few weeks, he's kind of almost disappeared a little bit. So nice to get him going early if you're the Atlanta Falcons, and I think a really good guy to get going early because he's a difference maker, and he is a rare tight end, 6'6", 250 pounds, and the speed of a wide receiver.
First down and 10. Drake London in motion from left to right. Along the right hash, moving from our right to our left. Cousins turns, gives to Algier, and Algier is met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Divine Diablo, who missed some time earlier this year with an oblique injury, able to get in there and make a nice tackle at 2nd and 10.
That was a stone wall right there, because we could hear it up here. And what are we, 7 stories up, 9 stories up? Yeah, this is a good stop on first down, 2nd and 10. You're approaching the red zone. You're really technically, I'm only going to tell you this.
Okay.
Coaching terms, we call this the high red zone once you get to the 30-yard line.
2nd down and 10 from the high red zone, the 30-yard line. Let me weave that in. Cousins looking down the right sideline. Wide open is Drake London at the 5. He'll walk in for 6. Kirk Cousins with his first touchdown pass in 5 games, and the easiest one maybe he's had all season. Untouched to Drake London for 30 yards and a 6-0 Atlanta lead.
So I'm going to throw out some more football lingo on you. Sluggo, slant, go. So he runs a slant, 3-step slant. He breaks in a little bit, gets the defensive back to bite on it. Defensive back's eyes go into the backfield, goes right outside of him.
And now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It is good, and it's 7-0 Atlanta. 14 seconds to play in the opening quarter. I don't know who feels better, Drake London with his 7th touchdown catch of the year, which is a new career high, or Kirk Cousins for finally breaking the drought. No touchdown passes and 8 picks in his last 4 games, but this one floated in to a wide open former USC Trojan. Let's check that drive summary, sponsored by PXG for high-quality, high-performance golf clubs, apparel that delivers style and comfort, premium golf balls, award-winning gloves, and more. Make it a PXG holiday for the golfer in your life. Find the PXG store near you at pxg.com. 6-play, 51-yard drive, capped by the touchdown pass to Drake London.
Exactly what we predicted. You get in a little play-action situations. You've been running the ball well, and Drake London down the field.
152 attempts since touchdown pass for Kirk Cousins. It was week 9 against the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, I'm going to ask you this because you called him a former Trojan.
Yes.
Once you go to college somewhere and you graduate, you're that team forever. Aren't you a Cornhusker?
I am, but I didn't play for them.
But you're not a former Cornhusker.
I'm a former Cornhusker.
You're a Cornhusker.
I couldn't even find my way around that campus anymore.
I'm a Cardinal.
Proud ACC man that you are. Kickoff into the end zone, and it'll go through the end zone for the touchback.
That's below the belt right there.
I apologize. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
So from the 30-yard line, the Raiders go to work. 14 seconds to play in this first quarter and a 7-0 lead for Atlanta. 2 receivers left to the line. They'll stack the 2 tight ends to the right. Now motion from Mayer back to the right side. Sincere McCormick, the running back. Ritter in the gun. And on first down, play action. Ritter will drop along the right hash. Pumps, looks, now going to scramble to his left. Pumps again. Now he'll run to the 35-yard line, and he's dropped as he gets to the 38. One-on-one on the edge with couple of different defenders out there, and that'll take us to the end of quarter number 1. And at the end of the first quarter, our score, Atlanta 7, Raiders nothing. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This Christmas, the NFL is live on Netflix, and it's a gift you can't wrap. On December 25th, Netflix will be the home for 2 NFL Christmas Day games. At 1 p.m. Eastern, the 2024 Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs face the Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a holiday tradition you won't want to miss. Watch live only on Netflix. You won't want to miss it.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered emotion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's enhanced network. Learn more at USPS.com/holidayride.
Welcome back to Las Vegas. I'm Kevin Kugler along with James Lofton. That sound means the NFL is coming to Netflix. Watch live on Christmas Day for a holiday doubleheader. The Chiefs take on the Steelers at 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Ravens and the Texans this Christmas only on Netflix. 7-0 advantage for the Atlanta Falcons. 2nd and 2 for the Raiders from their own 38-yard line. They'll move from our right to our left. Black tops, silver pants, silver helmets. Falcons in the white tops and bottoms. A red stripe along those white pants. Black helmets with the Falcon logo. 2nd down and 2 from the 38. And a handoff up the middle to Sincere McCormick. And he lunges ahead across the 40. And he'll have a Raider first down. Tackle made by David Onyemata. But the Raiders move the chains.
One of the things for a running back when he goes from high school to college and he's been all state and then he's all conference in college, when you get to the NFL, you have to understand what the necessary yardage is. So you get to carry the ball on 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, pick up 2 yards and a little bit of change. Don't worry about trying to bounce it outside, going for the home run. Get the first down. Nice job by McCormick understanding what his job description was on the last play.
First down and 10, Ritter to throw. Down the left sideline, looking for McCormick, who makes a nice catch, sticking his hands out at the Falcon 45 and pulling it in front of Mike Hughes. Nice throw by Ritter, too. They'll go out of bounds at the 45 of Atlanta, a pickup of 16, and a first down for the Raiders.
And that ball was thrown from right to left, going out of bounds, catches the ball. He takes a tumble, flips over a couple times, and you're getting a challenge flag from Raheem Morris that he didn't survive the ground. Well, he survived it in the first tumble, but the second tumble when he went over, then the ball came out. So I think he survived this. I think this is a catch.
Antonio Pierce will agree. He's shaking his head.
Challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. The play is under review. Timeout.
Certainly got both feet in. But you're right, James. It comes to, did he survive the ground on the way down? This Close Shave Instant Replay Review is sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Barbasol delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. 7-0 Atlanta, 13:58 remaining in the first half. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
When the forgotten poor are suffering and in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, with volunteer medical staff and crew who donate their time to save lives. Heroes of Mercy, like these.
Every human being has the right to be treated as human, to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the look in that patient's eyes or the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
We bring hope and healing to one person, but that person belongs to a family, and that family belongs to a community.
Together, these heroes of mercy and friends like you bring hope and healing to those who desperately need it.
Thank you! Thank you!
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org today.
After my father was on a ventilator for 20 days due to COVID, he had so many medications, it really was daunting.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero simplifies medication management.
I'm so thankful that something like this exists. It holds up to 10 different medications. It's all on an app, and you can share that app with a caregiver, so I can make sure that he got his meds. Is he missing a dose of his meds?
Hero Health's smart pill dispenser alerts and delivers pills with the push of a button.
It is really so easy to use and a literal lifesaver.
Try Hero Health risk-free for 30 days. Get free contactless delivery. Call 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. Hero. Medication managed.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the SiriusXM app. With exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more. That's Christmas. Plus over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the SiriusXM app.
McCormick tries the left side, and Caden Ellis slams the door after a 1-yard gain. Not much there, and Caden Ellis, who had 10 tackles last week, came in with 112 tackles on the season, continuing his solid play all year.
Yeah, and the Falcons are crowding the line of scrimmage, so they're putting a man over each and every offensive lineman and the tight ends and saying, okay, who's going to win the one-on-one battles here? And they're leaving the secondary to cover the receivers one-on-one in coverage, so you've got to attack that secondary on some of these first and second downs.
And Sincere McCormick just limped to the sidelines. Amir Abdullah in to replace him on 2nd down and 9 at the 44. Ritter to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Ritter steps away and now on the run. Ritter on a beeline to the left sideline across the 40, and he goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line with a 1st down. Good scramble by Desmond Ritter. He picks up 11, and he moves the chains for Las Vegas.
A little bit in Desmond Ritter's head. I would think that he's thinking self-perseverance. I want to make sure I'm able to start every game that I can while I get a chance to show what I can do, because on that run right there, he headed toward the sideline. There was a lot of room in the middle of the field.
There was.
I mean, if this had been last play of the game, you need to get as close to the field goal as you can, he would have run another 10 yards straight ahead.
From the 33, they'll line up in the pistol with Abdullah, the running back. Moving from right to left, down 7-0. Ritter to throw over the middle, and he threw it behind his tight end, Brock Bowers, low and incomplete. And it's 2nd down and 10. HBO's Hard Knocks is giving you unparalleled access to the AFC North as teams battle for the division crown and a ticket to the playoffs. Hard Knocks in season, featuring the AFC North, now streaming Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Max, sponsored by the NFL. 2nd down and 10 at the 33. 3 receivers to the right of the line. The third being Terrace Marshall. He's in the slot right. Abdullah to the left of Ritter. The handoff is to Abdullah, trying to sweep the right side, and it's Caden Ellis again who caught him from behind. James, I believe that's already 7 tackles tonight for Caden Ellis, and we've still got 12:22 to play in the 2nd quarter.
And he's not even tired yet.
No, not at all.
You know, they are dominating the offensive line in terms of not allowing the running game to get going. You know, they've seen Sincere Morris on film. They said, we're not going to let this rookie come in and run all over us like he's run against everybody else. He came in averaging 5.5 yards a carry. You watch it now, and I would think that the Raiders aren't even averaging 2 yards a carry if you take away Ritter's runs.
3rd down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Shotgun snap to Ritter. Has time, throws it down the right sideline, one-on-one jump ball, and he overshot his tight end, Brock Bowers. Mike Hughes was running stride for stride, but Bowers, a much bigger body, trying to post up against Hughes and leap up to grab that football, but he missed on that one, and it's 4th down. On comes the field goal team.
So that reminded me of when I was coaching for the San Diego Chargers, and we had Antonio Gates.
Another big-bodied tight end.
And he came off the field. He'd been double covered, and the coach asked Drew Brees, how come you didn't throw him the ball? He said, well, there were 2 guys on him. They go, okay, yeah, but how come you didn't throw him the ball? And that was the case with Brock Bowers there. 2 guys on him, and you still have confidence enough to throw him the ball.
52-yard try for Daniel Carlson. 30 for 41 in his career from 50-plus. Good snap and hold. Line drive kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders are on the board from 52 yards out. And it's a 7-3 ball game with Atlanta on top. A reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. Atlanta 7, Las Vegas 3, 11:44 remaining in the 2nd quarter. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Time now for tonight's Fact of the Game, sponsored by Mint Mobile. Switch and get half off unlimited premium wireless at mintmobile.com/score. The Raiders have only one defensive fumble recovery this season. That's tied for the fewest by a defense through 13 games since 1960. Tied with the 2021 Jaguars and the 2019 Miami Dolphins. But a field goal on the board gets the Raiders on the board. A 7-3 lead for Atlanta, as Las Vegas will kick off. Avery Williams and Ray McLeod III are the two deep men. 2 hour left for Atlanta. Teeing it up at the 35-yard line, Daniel Carlson.
I think the Raiders want to make Atlanta work on a full field this time, because Atlanta's had the ball a couple times right around midfield and been able to move it. So let's see if you can kick it deep and challenge them to run this back. Not just give them the ball on the 30-yard line, but hang it up in one of the corners and make them run it back.
Logo territory is where they've been so far. This low line drive kick will bounce at the 2, and a knee taken by McLeod in the end zone for the touchback. Don't miss all the NFL action Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the Denver Broncos meet the Los Angeles Chargers. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app, or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. Now, because of the new kickoff rule, the ball bounced before it got to the goal line, touching at the 2 in the return zone. And so instead of the 30, it goes to the 20-yard line.
So similar to the Twilight Zone, if it bounces there and you down it in the end zone, you don't get it at the 30. Nice job by the Raiders.
First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Kirk Cousins under center. Along the right hash, toss play, Bijan Robinson over the left side. And Robinson met at the 23 and driven back from there. Pickup of 3 on the play. First one to get there was Adam Butler. They weren't sure, James, if they were going to have Adam Butler in the middle of that defensive line coming back from a concussion this week.
Yeah, Adam Butler, one of those big bodies, 6'5", 300 pounds, and he can move.
Up to the line quickly on 2nd down and 7 from the 23. Cousins gets the shotgun snap. 4-man rush, has time, throws to Robinson at the 30-yard line. A little cut back to his left to pick up 3 extra yards to the 33 before Isaiah Polamau trips him up. But a gain of 10 and a Falcon first down.
You know, I was here when the Raiders had Bo Jackson, and we would split him out wide and throw him deep slants and different things like that. The pass game is so sophisticated now that when you have these running backs who can split out and toss them the ball 3 or 4 yards down the field, it's like they've broken away from the offensive and defensive lines, and it's one-on-one, and it's so hard to tackle them in space.
Falcons break the huddle with 7 on the play clock. They've got to hurry. First down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Motion across from right to left. Shotgun snap comes in. Cousins hands off to Robinson. Robinson at the 40 with a hole. Cuts to the right at the 45 and spins out of contact to the 47. Isaiah Polamau able to hang on to a shoelace to drag him down, but a 14-yard gain and another Atlanta first down. And the yardage starting to come a little easier on the ground for Bijan Robinson.
And why it's happening, if you were an offensive line coach, what you would tell them is a body on a body. So every offensive lineman, keep your body on that guy, keep running your feet, and move him. You don't have to knock him back, but just move him to the side, right or left, and our running back will find the hole.
From the 47-yard line on first down, Robinson with his 7th carry of the night. He'll power his way into Raider territory. A pickup of 5. Kaylavon Chason with the tackle. 49 yards rushing now, unofficially, for Bijan Robinson. He's well over 1,000 yards rushing on the year.
So is he fourth in your book, behind Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs? Is he fourth?
He's in the conversation for that, yeah. He's second in scrimmage yards this year. It's just a really good running back year in this league.
Yep. And I had heard that the running backs were dead, but that's not true anymore.
2nd down and 6 from the 49-yard line. Toss play, Algier giving a breather to Robinson, and Algier met by Spillane and just pushing Robert Spillane all the way to the 45-yard line. It's one of the more sure tacklers in the National Football League, and they met one-on-one. It was like the Oklahoma drill, James, and Algier won that one for 3 extra yards.
Now, when Algier was at BYU, he started running back, then he moves to linebacker. Do you think they moved him back to running back because he kept hitting the running back so hard he was hurting him?
Wouldn't surprise me. And now we've got officials all over the field. The play stopping before it starts. Falcons got up to the line quickly on 3rd down and 1.
The play was shut down as the play ended up in the bench area of Atlanta. We'll have a do-over 3rd down and short.
So a do-over, because as Cousins took the snap, you had an official sort of ducking in between the center, the quarterback. It was a little bit awkward and a little bit dangerous if you're the guy who's in the middle of all that.
Well, like he said, it ended up in the bench area. And when it ends up in the bench area, you know what that means? We had to break up fights on the other sideline. So we had to separate those guys, and the officials weren't in place and ready to go. So I like that call, Sean Smith stepping in, doing that. You've got to make sure that you have control of the game and not the players if you're the officiating crew.
7-3 Atlanta, 8:28 remaining first half. 3rd down and 2 for the Falcons at the 45. The turn, the give to Robinson, and Robinson just gets low and a little bit lower than Robert Spillane to lunge to the 42 and get the first down. That's an example of what you were talking about on the other side earlier as a running back. What do you need, 2 or 3 yards?
Yep.
Go get it.
If I'm Antonio Pierce, when the Falcons are using motion and Kirk Cousins is back in the gun, he's using his shoulders a little bit to kind of flinch and make movement. And if he's doing that, that's illegal motion. So if you're Antonio Pierce, you got to keep harping on it and doing that.
1st down and 10 at the 42. The turn and the 9th carry of the night for Robinson, and Robinson will only get 2 on this one to the 40-yard line. Trayvon Merrick on the tackle, 54 yards rushing on the night now for Robinson. Every Westwood One football broadcast this season is once again available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports and you'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa.
Okay, Kevin, 2nd and 2, you're my offensive coordinator. Who are you getting the ball to?
Oh, I'm giving it to Robinson. From the 40-yard line on 2nd down. Raiders show a little pressure with Merrick coming up towards the line. Cousins to throw, dodging traffic. Now Cousins will try to run, and Cousins tripped up as he gets to the 38-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down, and about 6 now for the Falcons. Laulu on the tackle. Atlanta 2 for 3 on 3rd down today.
And so the Falcons are lined up in the pistol. And what that means, you guys out there listening, quarterback is in front of the running back. The running back is behind him. So when he faked to him, and all of a sudden he fakes, and Bijan Robinson sees Maury, number 7, his opposite, pursuing Kirk Cousins. He had to try and block him as well as he could, but Maury won that one and forced Kirk Cousins out of the pocket.
So now 3rd and 6 at the 38 of the Raiders. Cousins from the shotgun. Raiders rush 4. Cousins to throw left side, and it looked like Darnell Mooney, the intended receiver, slipped as he made his cut. The ball went out toward the sideline. He came in, but there's a flag on the play on Kirk Cousins' first incompletion of the night.
Kind of how where you would get hands to the face.
On the near sideline at about the line of scrimmage.
There's
Sean
no
Smith.
foul on the play for illegal hands to the face. It's over the play. It's an incomplete pass, 4th down.
So never mind. It was in the area where they thought it was, but then they thought the better of it.
So let me see if I get that correct. There's no foul for illegal hands to the face. Well, why would you mention it then?
Why would it even be coming up?
I think the receiver kind of slipped, and as he was slipping, that hand accidentally went up to the face, not from the contact. Originally, did the hand slide from the chest to the face.
So here's Younghoe Koo on to try from 56 yards. Lined up on the far side hash. Koo has had an up and down season. awaiting the snap. From 56 for Younghoe Koo as we build the drama in a 7-3 game. Still waiting. Still thinking.
You know, they had this distance going the other direction, and they chose to punt. They're trying to get the Raiders to jump off sides.
And nobody's moving up front for the Raiders. Play clock down to 4. Play clock at 3. Play clock at 2 and at 1. And they will not kick. There's a flag down and a delay of game. The Raiders did not budge on the field goal try or the bluff of a field goal try.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Well, Younghoe Koo has been dinged up a little bit. It's been an uneven year. He missed 3 field goals in the loss to the Saints on November 10th. Raheem Morris was very public in his backing of Younghoe Koo, but you wonder just how long that leg is if he's got any lingering effects from that hip injury that he was fighting. Not going to try it from 56. Bradley Pinion will try to pin the Raiders deep with 6:24 to play first half. And Pinion, who punted one into the end zone earlier, Amir Abdullah with a fair catch inside the 5, and he makes the fair catch at the 4. The 10-year vet knows better than that, James Lofton. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Raiders start with their young quarterback inside the 5 when we return to Las Vegas. 7-3 Atlanta. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and that means limited time savings on the paint pros need. Right now, save $15 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
This holiday season, make it a PXG holiday. The golfer in your life is sure to love PXG's high-quality, high-performance golf clubs, and they'll look as good as they feel roaming the course wearing PXG apparel that delivers both style and comfort. Premium golf balls, award-winning gloves, and the best bags are on every golfer's list, and the PXG store near you has them and so much more. Can't decide? PXG gift cards are always available. Make it a PXG holiday this year. Find the PXG store near you at pxg.com.
Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only had to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Kevin Kugler and Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support. When you call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. 7-3 advantage for Atlanta, and we got a bit of a delay on the field. Our referee Sean Smith had 3 athletic training staff or equipment men out there on the field working on his right leg. It was reminiscent of a pit stop in NASCAR.
Right leg or left leg, because it looks like he's dragging that left leg right now. And he was putting on a shoe on that foot also late.
He's a little slow getting back into the picture here as they tend to him. Maybe he just got a tire rotation and he's ready to go. First down and 10 at the 3-yard line after the punt fielded by Abdullah inside his own 5. Alexander Madison dinged up earlier, back on the field. Motion across from Bowers from right to left. Ritter in the end zone in the shotgun. Turns and gives to Madison, and he's swallowed up at the goal line. Kentavious Street almost took the snap, and he spun Madison down inside the 1.
You've got to be gap solid, and if you're not, you're going to have that happen to you. Dylan Parham, the right guard, kind of turned out. Looked like he looked inside first. You've got to make a quick decision because these defensive linemen, like we talked about, are on to Desmond Ritter's snap count.
2 receivers to the right on 2nd and 12. Ritter in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Hands it. Madison in some trouble. He didn't get out of the end zone. It'll be a safety. That push up front from the Falcons defensive line has been almost impossible to overcome. Zach Harrison dropping Madison in the end zone for 2 and a 9-3 Atlanta lead.
You know, I talked about snap count. One of the things that you want to do when you're coming off your goal line, you could take the snap count from 1 to 4, trying to get Atlanta to jump outside because all you'll lose is half the distance of the goal if you make a movement. So not a great job by the Raiders right there. Not a great job in executing. A lot of young players up on that offensive line not realizing this is a situation that you practice, that you talk about, that you go from training camp and mini camp and all those things. But when you get a chance to get in the game, if your quarterback isn't astute enough to change up the snap count a little bit, I'm pretty sure Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator, had talked to him about that.
Well, James, you pointed it out right away at the start of this game. The defensive line play for the Falcons is a bunch of grown men, and they're really showing up early in this game.
And now they're kind of taking advantage. They're being bullies right now.
Free kick coming from the 20-yard line. Avery Williams and Ray McLeod III as they'll tee it up. Daniel Carlson will kick this one away. And a 9-3 Falcons lead with 5:35 to play in the second quarter, and the ball falls off the tee at the 20-yard line. First time the Raiders have allowed a safety since 2015. Kansas City did it.
This is the first safety that I've seen with the new look configuration here where, and you know, you also have the option to punt the ball here.
Yep. Choosing to kick it off, teeing it up at the 20-yard line for the free kick after the safety. Carlson, line drive kick, taken from the 7-yard line. Williams across the 20, has a hole at the 30-yard line and is down to the 35-yard line before he is dropped on the turf. And that's where the Falcons offense will go to work with 5:29 to play in the first half. Tune in to watch all of the excitement of the NFL each week on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS and Fox.
Now, you mentioned excitement.
I did.
Who's your horse in the MVP race right now?
It's got to be Josh Allen, right?
It could be Lamar Jackson.
Could be Lamar Jackson, but I feel like Josh Allen's got a nice edge.
No, Lamar had such an off game the other day. What did he throw for 5 touchdown passes or 6?
Really struggled. I mean, not that Josh Allen exactly had problems yesterday in that shootout.
No, he
with the
did
Lions.
not. Shootouts in back-to-back weeks. You know, it's funny. We kind of go back and forth each and every week over who's ahead.
First down and 10 at the 35. Here's Bijan Robinson again, and he hop-steps his way for 4 to the 39-yard line. Tackle from Divine Diablo. And that's been the MO tonight for Atlanta. James established that run game with Bijan Robinson.
You know what I'm saying? When Atlanta runs the ball, there are a lot of Raider defenders who are getting up off the ground. So guys are getting put on the ground by this offensive line that we talked about early on, where the Falcons, a lot of draft capital, 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a 4th-round pick out of the starting 5.
Second down and 6, play action. Cousins with pressure in his face has to get rid of it, and he throws it away. Had a runner in the area, that was Robinson, but the free runner right in his face was Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane back there as well, and Cousins had nowhere to go but just get rid of that one before Diablo pancaked it.
You know, you got to love Robert Spillane because here's a guy, undrafted free agent out of Western Michigan. So those guys, they go to training camp and you never hear from them again. He's a starter now in his 6th season, guy who's leading the team in tackles. This is a success story that if you're on the Raiders team, you should look at this guy and do everything that he does because he's been doing it right for a number of years on different teams.
3rd down and 6 at the 39. 9-3 lead for Atlanta. Shotgun snap to Cousins. Steps away from pressure. Throws over the middle. It is caught. A leaping grab by Drake London at the 45-yard line. London mobbed by Raiders as he fights his way to the 43. To Camryon Richardson, finally able to stop his progress, but a 17-yard pitch and catch over the middle, and the Falcons have a first down.
And for that former Trojan, big-bodied guy, tough going across the middle, I don't think he fears going across the middle. Remember, he's a big basketball player.
Yep.
So here's a guy who's driving to the hoop, not worried about getting hit. And same way, crossing the middle, not worried about getting hit there.
So put the ball in between the 43 and 44-yard line of the Raiders. And a fresh set of downs for Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Giant game for Atlanta to try to keep pace in the South. Toss play, Algier bouncing off tacklers, steps through more contact, gets to the edge, and on a play he should have lost 3 yards, he ends up picking up nearly 4 before Isaiah Polamau runs him out of bounds into the bench.
It is hard to tackle a refrigerator. So he's not that big, but he's square when he comes at you. His shoulders are square. He's going directly up the field. And so once you get those shoulders, all he does is bounce off you because he has such a strong leg drive. And that play right there is really defeating and deflating for the Raiders when you have somebody for a 2-yard loss and he gains 3.
On 2nd down and movement up front. A flinch by Matthew Bergeron, the left guard, and it'll cost Atlanta 5.
Start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
By the way, the other Monday night game just underway in the 3rd quarter. The Minnesota Vikings leading the Chicago Bears 13-0. Scott Graham will have much more on that game coming up at halftime of our game.
And that lead that the Detroit Lions had could shrink a little bit.
Yes. Well, half the Detroit Lions football team appears to be on IR. 2nd down and 14 after the penalty. Back it up to the 47-yard line. Cousins gets the shotgun snap. Raiders rush 4. Cousins has time. Checks it short to Charlie Warner, the tight end on the right side. And Warner gets upended. Does a midair flip as his head and legs somersault to the 43-yard line. Polamau got underneath him and a flip as he tried to go over the Raider corner.
I had no idea that Simone Biles would be here today.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. So I hate to do when I played. When I played, you couldn't jump over people. You weren't allowed to. So it's something that's new, something we love seeing, but it looks so dangerous when it doesn't go right.
Timeout taken by the Raiders before the 3rd and 9 snap with 2:46 to play in this first half. All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. This RSV season, don't drop the ball. Visit VaxAssist.com to check eligibility and schedule an RSV vaccine. And fans, a reminder, you can listen on WestwoodOneSports.com on the NFL app by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. You know, it's a Raiders defense that, for the most part this year, has been solid under Patrick Graham. Not spectacular, but solid. Good against the run, kind of middle of the ground, middle of the road.
And they lost Christian Wilkinson early in the season, who would have been a tremendous help with Max Crosby up in the front 4.
3rd down and 9. Cousins under pressure, dancing around. He's in trouble, and he'll be sacked. Back into Atlanta territory near the 49. Adam Butler, 3.5 sacks on the season, and a loss of 8 will end the Atlanta threat.
The start of that was Kaylavon Chason because he used his speed on both the last 2 plays to beat Jake Matthews. The previous play, he forced the throw to the tight end in the flat, and that time he forced Kirk Cousins to duck and cover.
2nd sack tonight. First game without Max Crosby. Not bad pressure.
Not bad.
Amir Abdullah awaiting the punt from Bradley Pinion. Coming down right near the 2-minute warning. Gets the snap. Punt in the air, drifting toward the far sideline. Abdullah calls for the fair catch, and he'll make it at the 8. And the Raiders once again will start deep inside their own territory, inside the 10 after the 42-yard punt. Takes us to the 2-minute warning, officially 1:54 to play in this opening half. 9-3 Atlanta. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
A reminder to stay with us for the Monday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood 1, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Scott Graham will recap all of the Week 15 games and be joined by Ross Tucker. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Raiders' average starting field position tonight, James, has been their own 18-yard line. They start this possession at their own 8, a minute 54, and 2 timeouts to work with. Remember, Atlanta won the toss and elected to defer, so the Falcons are going to have the football to start the second half.
Yeah, but what you need right here, and you talked about this week after week after week, when you get the ball inside the 10-yard line, your offense wants 2 first downs so that you can then shift the field back. But if you get 2 first downs right here, you can also end the first half.
So they start from the 8-yard line. Atlanta also with 2 timeouts. If you're thinking about trying to stop the clock and get the ball back if you're a Falcon. Ritter in the shotgun, motion across from Bowers from left to right, he'll motion into the backfield. And on first down, shotgun snap to Ritter, looking right, throws right, Bowers with the catch. Fit it right in there, and Bowers is stopped at the 13-yard line, and a timeout taken by Atlanta. Carter and Ellis, after the 5-yard gain, sandwich the tight end, and the Falcons use their second timeout.
So thinking now, I'm the offensive coordinator. They use a timeout after I complete a pass on first down. I'm going over the top of their heads because they're thinking they want to contain everything. So let's get a double move on the outside, just like they did to our corner earlier with Drake London. Let's get a double move like that and throw the ball over their head.
Haven't seen much in the way of a deep shot tonight from this Raider team. Probably the deepest was the play that Sincere McCormick, they challenged whether or not it was going to be a catch. So a 2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line. Falcons have 1 timeout left, leading 9-3. 4 Falcons drives have ended in Raider territory tonight. Only 1 resulted in points.
You've got great speed in number 11, Trey Tucker, down there.
He's at right side of the quarterback. Handoff to Amir Abdullah instead, and Abdullah cuts upfield, slipped and lost his footing. Down at the 17-yard line. Looks like he's going to be a yard short of the first down, and Atlanta opting not to use their final timeout before 3rd and 1.
And the Raiders not wanting to go too quickly, because if they go quickly and don't pick up the first down, then Raheem Morris obviously will use that last timeout. And we had another swipe at the face mask, which we're seeing on the scoreboard up here in Allegiant Stadium.
And that will eventually elicit a few boos from the Raider fans in the crowd. 1 for 5 tonight on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1, 1:08 and counting in the first half. Shotgun snap Ritter, the handoff to Madison, and Madison getting low and burrows forward for the first down. Landman got down there, but he got a little bit lower and went under the Falcon linebacker to move the chains. Landman a little bit slow to get up, comes up favoring his left arm. But the Raiders in no rush right now. Clock continuing to run, under 40 seconds to go in the half.
They got 1 first down.
Now see what they can do with this first down from the 18-yard line. Ritter to throw. Over the middle, finds his tight end. That's Brock Bowers on the run, and Bowers tripped up as he gets to the 40-yard line by D. Alford. A pickup of 22, and now a timeout taken by the Raiders with 27 seconds to go in this first half.
You know, Brock Bowers obviously has emerged this year, and when they drafted him after drafting Meyer the year before, everybody thought, well, you got too many tight ends. But I would bet in the wide receiver room, as they watched him develop, when he came in here for rookie minicamp and then OTAs and different things like that, going, this guy's pretty good. This guy's really good. Devontae Adams, you know, you thought about him being the number one target. This kid is a number one target. I don't care who you have at receiver out on the outside. He can make the rest of it go. Now, what Desmond Ridder has to do and what Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator, need to do, find some ways to make the coverage get sucked over to where he is and throw the ball in the opposite direction.
90th catch of the season. Needs 42 more yards for a 1,000-yard season. By the way, Puka Nacua last year set the rookie record in receptions at 113. Bowers is trending towards that. And we'll step aside with 27 seconds to go in the first half. 9-3, Raiders trailing the Falcons. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Its thick and rich moisturizing lather delivers a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels. A quality shave at an honest value. That's Barbasol.
Barbasol. The Jeep Wrap Up the Year sales event is here. Now get great deals on vehicles winter is no match for. And right now, get $500 holiday bonus cash allowance on 2024 and 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4x4 models. Or get $500 holiday bonus cash allowance on Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Gladiator. For great comfort, capability, and adventure, plus a holiday bonus cash allowance, don't miss the Jeep Wrap Up the Year sales event. Hurry in today. Contact dealer for details. Must take retail delivery by January 2nd. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
You know, you don't have to drive the ball ultra low, but you got to drive it pretty well. So if they can do that, and they have timeouts so you can work the middle of the field. Jacoby Myers has been a little quiet, but like I said, Trey Tucker, get him screaming down the field, and then get somebody underneath him in the area that he makes the defenders vacate.
Such an important game tonight for the Atlanta Falcons, trying to keep pace with the suddenly surging Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South. Leading 9-3, first down and 10. Raiders trailing with the football thrown 40. 3-man rush. Ridder to throw, right side, too tall, and it's deflected away from Bowers, and the pass goes incomplete. Kevin King, who recovered a fumble earlier in the game, able to climb the ladder at 6'3" and bat that one away from the talented tight end.
So I talked about trying to gain 20 yards. That throw to Bowers down the field would have gained about 35 yards. So run somebody underneath him. Let him clear out. Let him be the guy that the defense is keying on, which they're obviously doing, and run somebody underneath him on those crossing routes.
Second down and 10 now at the 40. 22 seconds left first half. Single receivers right and left. Two tight ends stacked in the slot right. Ridder from the shotgun. Another 3-man rush. Ridder. Pressure coming from the backside, and down he goes. Just a 3-man rush, but one too many is D'Angelo Malone with the sack to likely end the first half. Second sack of the night for the Falcons, the first of the year for D'Angelo Malone. And what a way to end the first half for the Atlanta Falcons, who will get the football to start the second half with a 9-3 lead.
As crazy as it is, not a terrible play by the Raiders, because it could have been a strip sack. Ball could have been on the ground. Atlanta would have had a chance to kick a field goal.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Atlanta 9, Las Vegas 3. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from the Progressive Insurance Studios with the halftime report. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Score big with satellite internet when you switch to Viasat. Connect, browse, and explore. From first down to your town, connect wherever you live. No data caps, no confusing contracts, just a fast, reliable connection installed by pros. Unlimited data, endless possibilities. Visit Viasat.com/home internet to sign up today. That's Viasat, spelled VIASAT.com/home internet. Viasat, internet without limits. Minimum 24-month service term except for Viasat Unleashed. Actual speeds will vary. Service not available in all areas. Offer may be changed or withdrawn at any time.
Welcome to the Monday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood One. Sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required, restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Once again, here's your host, Scott Cram.
From our Westwood One studios, we're at halftime right now in Las Vegas, and an Atlanta Falcons team that desperately needs this win has a lead. It is 9-3, Atlanta on top of the Raiders as we have reached the break. We've got another game going on. We'll check up on that for you coming up in a bit. But right now we are joined by Westwood One analyst and, of course, the host of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, the appropriately named Ross Tucker. Ross, how are you?
I am doing awesome, Scott. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. You just get back from the desert, and we get to recap a weekend in the National Football League where we saw a couple of developments, not the least of which is that number 1 seed may now be up for grabs in the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles, one of the most impressive games against a big opponent of the weekend.
Well, and I'll take it a step further. Not just impressive games, but how about the second half in particular, and how about the fourth quarter? Even in particular than that, they held the ball for the final 10 and a half minutes of the game and didn't score. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. It's like 21 plays, 88 yards, and it ended with taking a knee 3 times for the final 2 minutes. They've done that a lot over the last couple of years. It's a huge credit to the offensive line. As you know, Sky, I say on social media a lot to all the Eagles fans, this is not normal. I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, their offensive line, doing all these other games on radio and TV, teams just don't have offensive lines like the Eagles' offensive line. Obviously, Jalen Hurts had a terrific game throwing the football. Their defense has been lights out. And you combine that with the injuries for the Detroit Lions. I don't want to jump you. You might be going there, Scott, but that really gives the Eagles a heck of an opportunity to get the number 1 seed now.
Well, that's where I am going because Detroit continues to suffer injuries. David Montgomery is a huge loss on the offensive side. Most of their losses have been defensive, but they could not stay with Buffalo, specifically couldn't stay with Josh Allen yesterday, and Detroit probably has the tougher schedule. At some point, do the injuries they have end up finally hurting this team?
Well, I think it already has now, right? I mean, I think you saw that defensively against the Packers, the game that Ian and I called on Westwood One here, but they were able to overcome it, get the win late. But, to win that game, they had to go for it on 4th down 4 times, convert 3. They had to do a lot to overcome the defense in that game, to maintain possession. I think it's actually one of the reasons why Campbell was as aggressive as he was in that game. And that's how they're going to have to play right now. Now, they could get some of these guys back. I know my buddy Alex Anzalone will be back soon. That'll help, but they just keep losing guys. It's such a shame, too, because I really felt like this was the year for Lions fans. I was so excited for them. It just seems like absolutely rotten luck for them to lose this many guys during what has been such a promising season.
All right, so Kansas City has a quarterback situation right now, but to a certain degree, Ross, we've kind of seen this before. High ankle sprain, Pat Mahomes, it kind of becomes like the boy who cried wolf. So I guess if you're Kansas City, you're not too concerned at this point, but the grouping of all of those games in a short period of time makes it tougher.
Right, and it's funny because, they group these games like this for television purposes and radio purposes and ratings, and we all understand that, and that's a big part of the business. That's tough anyway. But then so much of NFL and scheduling, it's about timing. And it's awful timing for Mahomes to have this high ankle sprain with them playing Saturday and then again on Wednesday. Then after that, they actually get a bunch of time to rest. So I know they desperately want that number one seed. It'll be so interesting to see how Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs play this. I think a lot of it will depend on how he feels, how he recovers. And, the guy's just been so quick to recover and so good with these ankle sprains that kind of like you said, Scott, I'll believe he's not out there when I see it.
And well, we've taken enough of your time. You got to get back to your research work because you got Thursday Night Football here on Westwood One. Denver and the Chargers, the Denver Broncos trying to wrap up a playoff spot this week. And Indy, Miami, and Cincinnati all rooting for the Broncos in this game.
Yeah, they're all battling each other, right, for that last spot, Chargers, Broncos. And I'll tell you this much, there's a big difference between being the 6th seed and the 7th seed in terms of who you would play. It's a big game Thursday night.
Ross, thanks so much. Appreciate the time, and we will talk to you on Thursday.
Sounds great. Thank you, Scott.
And our thanks to Ross Tucker. We are at halftime right now in Vegas with the Falcons on top of the Raiders 9-3. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
1 in 4 Americans today.
The holiday season just got a whole lot smoother with the music of a yacht rock Christmas. Christopher Cross, Hall and Oates, and more. Jingle Bell Rock. Or try a yacht soul Christmas. And this Christmas. Hosted by Cool of Cool and the Gang. Soulful and groovy. Exclusively on the Sirius XM app through Christmas Day, along with dozens of other holiday channels and specials.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on Sirius XM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. With a channel featuring generation after generation of country stars. 'Tis the season to be jolly. And their heartfelt holiday sounds.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
From back then to right now.
It's officially Christmas.
Country Christmas, now through December 25th on Channel 58 and on the Sirius XM app.
'Tis the season to be jamming. With the channel stuffed full of holiday hip-hop and R&B from the 90s to now. Take your gift wrapping to a whole new level. Jingle Jams. One of dozens of holiday channels available anytime in the SiriusXM app.
It's Carrie's country. You're just living in it.
You can tell Carrie's in her element. These are her people. This is what she loves to do.
Carrie Underwood's own channel, featuring live performances, brand new music, and never-before-heard stories from the idol-turned-country icon.
You want to hear a variety. You don't want to hear the same songs. You want new things for your ear to gravitate toward.
Travel to Carrie's country anytime. Sirius XM, Channel 60.
We have one touchdown in our game in a 6-point contest. This has been the Monday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Our halftime score, Atlanta 9, the Raiders 3. When we return, Kevin Kugler and James Lofton have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
A 9-3 lead for Atlanta as we welcome you back to Las Vegas for the start of the second half with Hall of Famer James Lofton. I'm Kevin Kugler. Let's check the halftime stats. Sponsored by Indeed. Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Indeed's video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Kirk Cousins, 7 of 9, 84 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. The 30-yard touchdown pass to Drake London, the longest play of the night for either team. London, 2 catches for 48 yards. Bijan Robinson, 10 carries, 58 yards, almost 6 yards per carry tonight to pace the Atlanta rushing attack. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, Desmond Ridder, the leading rusher, 3 carries, 22 yards, 7 for 11, 59 yards passing. Brock Bowers, 3 catches, 35 yards, the leading receiver tonight for the Las Vegas Raiders. James, what do you see for this second half? Atlanta's going to get the football to start things off. What do you think for keys in the second half for each of these teams to come out with a win and break a long losing streak?
Well, for Atlanta, because they've been so successful running the football, the play-action pass needs to be there. We've seen some throws down the field, so they have that advantage. What Atlanta has not been able to do is once they got into relative scoring range, they don't have the long-range field goal kicking that they are used to, so they punted the ball about 3 times when they've crossed the 40-yard line.
Well, it'll be the Falcons moving from our right to our left in the second half. The Raiders from left to right to start off this second half. Kirk Cousins and company ready to go to work trying to get a win tonight to break a 4-game skid, move to an even 507-7, and get to within 1 game of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South. It's time for the start of the second half, sponsored by GoodRx. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, go to GoodRx.com or download the free GoodRx app. Kicking off from the 35-yard line will be Daniel Carlson. Back deep, Avery Williams and Ray McLeod. And the second half about to get underway here in Las Vegas. Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Glad to have you along. We are ready to go. The officials signaling ready for play. Carlson about to approach that football 35-yard line. Right, drives a low line drive kick. It'll be caught at the 7-yard line on a low line drive and up across the 30 and a little bit of room at the 35 down to the 40-yard line with a good return is Avery Williams. Tackle finally made by Andre James. 38-yard return. And they will spot this ball after the return all the way out to the 45-yard line, and that's where the Falcons will start first down and 10. Sincere McCormick, by the way, ankle injury ruled out for the remainder of this game for the Raiders. So from the 45-yard line, first down and 10 for Atlanta. It's an empty backfield. Kirk Cousins alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 wide to the left. Cousins gets the shotgun snap facing a 4-man rush, throwing over the middle, and it is intercepted. Picked off on a dive by Robert Spillane, his second pick of the year. A wobbly low pass from Kirk Cousins and Spillane, a full extension. The 16th interception thrown by Cousins this season.
You talked about the formation. 5 out, 5 receivers out. Bijan Robinson on the far left, Drake London in the slot on the left, and Kirk Cousins not taking the time to read the pass coverage because he had Drake London wide open on the left side, had a chance of throwing the football there, but Bijan Robinson is also open. Forced that ball down the middle, a weak throw, and the Raiders are in business.
Looked like John Jenkins may have gotten a fingertip on that to help deflect it. First down and 10 for the Raiders at their own 46-yard line. Motion across from Myers, the handoff to Madison. And no, Madison didn't get the ball. Ritter kept it with all the motion and fakes. A good fake by Ritter, but it didn't fake out the Falcons, and he's buried for a 2-yard loss on the play.
Now, if only he had 11 Kevin Kuglers down there, because they were all faked out on the play.
They would have done exactly.
It fooled me, too, because I had been thinking, one of my notes was, you've got to get the ball into Ritter's hands and the run game going. That time he made the wrong read.
Most interceptions for Kirk Cousins, 9 in the last 5 games now for Cousins. 2nd and 12 of the 44-yard line. 3 receivers left. Now motion from Tucker from left to right. Shotgun snap. Ritter will throw. Quick screen. It goes out to Myers. And Myers with the catch down at the 49. We've got flags down all over the field. One back near the 47 and another one in the secondary. Are they the same penalty spotted by 2 officials? Raiders are starting to back up almost as if it's offensive pass interference.
Pass interference, offense number 16. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So Myers called for the pass interference on the pass he ended up catching. And back up the Raiders.
I don't remember anybody being real close to him, but he did block his way off the line. So he comes off, blocks, and then goes back behind the line of scrimmage to try and catch the ball.
And a huge penalty back him all the way up now to the Las Vegas 34-yard line.
Anytime you extend your arms and you're the receiver, you're going to get called for offensive pass interference. And that time he extended off. He'd have been a lot better off chopping the arms away from the defensive back. So it's just a technique error right there. Left tackle's lined up in the backfield here.
2nd down and 22. No flag thrown. Ritter looking for room, and Ritter is going to be dropped at the 30-yard line. I feel like we've seen this drive earlier tonight, James. They got near midfield and immediately took the wrong turn, and that's what's happened on back-to-back plays. The Raiders backing up all the way to the 30-yard line.
Ritter was indecisive in the pocket there. You've got to either decide to get the ball out to the alternative receivers when the first and second reads aren't there, or you've got to run the ball. And so he's just hesitating a little too long.
And now 3 sacks for the team that came in last in the league in sacks. Shotgun snap, handoff. Amir Abdullah breaks 1 tackle of Matthew Judon, but he's pulled down by Grady Jarrett as he gets to the 33. And 3rd and 26, nets 4. And the Bluebirds out a little bit in Las Vegas as the Raiders, with a promising start, bring the punt team on. So the Cousins interception does not cost the Falcons any of their 9-3 lead. Avery Williams is the deep man, awaiting the A.J. Cole punt. Williams with a toe on his own 10-yard line. Cole on 4th and 22, and the punt is blocked. Ball bouncing around on the turf at the 15, caroms to the 12, and then it's picked up by Divine Diablo up the left sideline, and he's upended as he gets to the 35. Oh, my goodness.
So there was no possession by Atlanta. Hodge blocked the punt again. Number 12, second time he's got his hands on that, and up the middle, right in front of the right guard. But if they had possessed the ball, if Atlanta had possessed it, and then the Raiders picked it up, it would be the Raiders' ball right now. But it's not. Going to be first down for Atlanta, and they're in scoring territory. I always loved it when I get a turnover. And I tell guys, if you can get to midfield, stand up on your tiptoes, you can see the end zone.
Well, the Falcons are going to take over after the Diablo return at the 37-yard line with 12:13 to go in the third, and a 9-3 lead for Atlanta. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on Sirius XM FC. Ho, ho, ho. From the drama of the Premier League.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
To the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter.
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent. magnificent!
Courtesy of Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the Sirius XM app. With exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more. That's Christmas. Plus over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the Sirius XM app.
Hear every game of the college football playoff on Sirius XM. The first round kicks off Friday night at 8 Eastern when Indiana visits Notre Dame.
The Irish have another touchdown.
Then Saturday, it's Penn State and SMU, followed by Texas hosting Clemson and Tennessee traveling to Ohio State.
Touchdown Buckeyes.
Get more channel numbers at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule or search college football on the Sirius XM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio, channel 84.
Left, grabs the water bottle and shuts the door with his elbow in record time.
Unbelievable move. I gotta see that again.
And he's out. He even turned off the light.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
Looking to buy a home? Get expert advice on finding the right home, making an offer, and the latest market trends from Realtors. Listen to Real Estate Today at podcast.realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. After the block punt by Kadero Hodge, Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the Raider 37-yard line. Pistol formation. Bijan Robinson standing behind Kirk Cousins. Motion across on 1st down. The hand is to Robinson over the right side. Robinson riding a wave of traffic down to the 32-yard line. 5-yard gain on the play for Bijan Robinson. Jonah Laulu with the tackle. And after the interception, James, Falcons on their next offensive play say, let's get back to that ground game.
Yeah, and that's been the best thing for them so far this game. But, I mean, when you look at Kirk Cousins, yes, he threw an interception on the last series, but he was 7 out of 9 in the first half. So not terrible numbers, but we just have not seen the offensive explosions that we've been watching around the league the last couple of weeks.
2 receivers left to the line from the 32 of the Raiders, leading 9-3 early third quarter. On 2nd down, Robinson the carry again, cuts it back to the left, breaks a tackle, and Robinson with a 1st down near the 23-yard line of Las Vegas. Pickup of 8 on the play.
You know, what we're seeing is we're seeing one of the elite running backs in the league. We talked about it a little bit in the first half. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, guys who had moved on to new teams. We're watching Bijan Robinson. Everything that they talked about when he was coming out of the University of Texas, we're seeing on full display here. A guy who can run behind the line, run with power, and run with speed.
Over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. 1st down and 10 from the 23. Toss play. Robinson again. Patient run. Finds a little crease, but only picks up 2 because Divine Diablo stayed with the running back this time and able to get his legs out from under him.
Patience to the hole and then speed through it. That's what you want from your running backs. And I remember I used to hear the running back coaches talk about that when I was coaching with the Chargers. And I didn't fully understand it until I went back upstairs and started watching it from the broadcast booth. Patience to the hole and speed through it. And the great running backs, that's what they possess.
2nd down and 8 from the 21-yard line. Single receiver right is Darnell Mooney. To the left is Drake London. Tight end Werner in the slot left side. Pistol formation, Robinson behind Cousins. He'll turn and give to Robinson, and Robinson traffic immediately, well defended. Raiders brought safety support. Trayvon Merrick, along with Robert Spillane in the backfield, a loss of 1. Back to the 22, and it's 3rd and 9.
So if we're looking at Kirk Cousins, a quarterback in his 13th year, he's got to look at the defense and get out of that play. Because he got up there, he goes, can. We're going to run it anyways, what he was saying to his offensive line. And he could tell that the Raiders didn't have anybody more than 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
So now 3rd and 9 from the 22-yard line. 3 receivers left. Single wide to the right. Shotgun snap to Cousins. Pressure coming from the backside. He throws left side. Incomplete. He had Ray McLeod settling down at about the 14-yard line. Needed to just catch it and fall forward for the first. Instead, missed it wide, and now Younghoe Koo will come on to try a short field goal.
He had pressure coming from his right side, so he could see the pressure and feel it a little bit coming at him. Ray McCloud kind of slid out a little bit. Kirk Cousins threw the ball inside, so just a small, slight miscommunication between the two of them.
So a 40-yard field goal try for Younghoe Koo to try to make it a 9-point game. Koo lining it up. Good snap, good hold. The kick from Koo is good. And Younghoe Koo puts 3 on the board for the Falcons. And with that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. Falcons turn the blocked punt into a field goal, and it's a 12-3 Atlanta lead. 9:25 to play in the third. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
New deals on last-minute holiday finds just dropped at Lowe's. Save $600 on a Whirlpool fingerprint-resistant stainless steel side-by-side refrigerator. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members save $50 on an Allen & Roth Brighton pull-down kitchen faucet. Your choice of finishes for $79. Lowe's knows deals. Offers valid 12/12 through 12/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
There's no better place to watch live TV than Hulu Plus Live TV. You get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included in your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Hurry in during the Ram Wrap Up the Year sales event and unwrap game-changing trucks. Make your holidays even merrier with great deals going on now. 12-3 lead for Atlanta after a 40-yard field goal from Younghoe Koo. And the Falcons will kick this one off.
So it'd be time for complimentary football. You tell the defense, you did a nice job out there. If you're the offensive players, we're going to go out and do something now.
Kickoff will go through the end zone for a touchback. Out to the 30-yard line comes Desmond Ridder and this Raider offense. A reminder, you can watch NFL Network and Westwood One announcers Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern on NFL Game Day morning, only on NFL Network. 9:25 to go third quarter. And out to the 30-yard line is where Desmond Ridder starts. What do you need to see from this young quarterback here, James?
I need to see him be able to go from his first receiver to the second receiver to using his 4.58 speed to get out of the pocket.
He'll be alone in the backfield. He motions Madison to the slot right. 4 receivers that direction. Ridder looking right. Pressure comes. There he goes on the run. Up the middle. Slides across the 35 and down near the 38-yard line. A scramble of 8. Caden Ellis touching him up after the slide.
So he went 1-2 and then he ran. And so you look at Desmond Ridder and you go, okay, yeah, you're out there playing quarterback, National Football League, but we need you to run through a tackle. Get the team fired up. You gain 17 yards as opposed to sliding and picking up 8 where you're untouched on that. All of a sudden, you've got everybody jacked up and ready to go.
2nd down and 2. Hand off Madison up the middle, bowling over tacklers. Madison to midfield, and a first down for the Raiders. Damone Harris with the tackle after the 12-yard pickup. Justin Simmons had a chance at him, and he just ran him over like a Mack truck. No chance for Simmons.
Well, one of the things that Atlanta did so well in the first half were tackles for losses. They were on the Raiders side, it seemed like every other play. So these first two plays, big wins for the Raiders to get this ball out to midfield, get something positive going here, take a shot where you can go over the Falcons' head.
On 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap. Ritter to throw. Has time. Looking down the left sideline, and the pass incomplete. He wanted Trey Tucker. Mike Hughes was out there on that far sideline with good coverage. Hughes the only one to get a hand on it as the ball sailed out of bounds. It's 2nd and 10.
You know, that showed me Trey Tucker's inexperience. He's lined up on the left side. Mike Hughes is backing off a little bit at the snap. Instead of running directly at his inside shoulder, he starts to fade to the sideline. Hughes just cuts him off, won't allow his speed to get by him. So you've got to have great technique. Even when you're able to outrun somebody, you've got to be able to run at them to make them shuffle their feet.
2nd down and 10 from midfield, and flags fly. Movement early.
False start. Offense number 61. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Jordan Meredith, the left guard, back in the Raiders, back into their own territory. Kevin Kugler and Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. They've only snapped the ball 5 times tonight in Falcons territory, and now they're back 5 more yards from getting into Falcons territory.
There must be something wrong with that Falcon territory
there must
over there.
Be. You don't want to be in it. 2nd and 15, back of the Raider 45. Shotgun snap, Ritter, 4-man rush, throws a slant, it's batted away. Almost a pick for D. Alford. He had a chance at it, diving in to break up that quick slant. Swats it to the turf, and now 3rd and 15 for the Raiders.
So Ritter, correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably will be, is 8-9 as a starter. So he's had 17 starts in the National Football League. He hasn't seen a ton of defense lately, though, because he was on a practice roster earlier this year. Now he's getting a chance to play. So they baited him into throwing that football, and it almost turned out to be an interception for the Falcons.
3rd down and 15, an empty backfield. 2 receivers to either side. Ritter to throw. Straight drop along the left hash. Pressure comes. Ducks away. Rolls to the right. Ritter on the run. Directing traffic, and he'll just throw this one away as he gets to the 45-yard line. Pass incomplete. 4th down and 15, and A.J. Cole in the punt unit coming on again for Las Vegas.
That's tough. You get out to midfield, you've got 1st and 10, and then you're scrambling just to kind of keep a play alive on 3rd and 15. So tough sequence. One good play by Ritter to run the ball, and then another good play by Madison, and you're at the midfield, but you can't convert it.
Just such a slim margin for error for this Raiders offense, James. 5-yard penalty derails the entire drive. Avery Williams, the deep man for the Falcons. Cole's punt, ranging toward the far sideline. Williams waving for the fair catch. He makes it at the 8-yard line. Gets bumped into by Ramel Keaton, who had no intent in hitting him. And then he took a dive down onto the turf as if he had been struck by lightning. There are no flags. And we're inside, so there's no lightning either. 47-yard punt and no return. Falcons deep in their own end with a 12-3 lead. When we return, 7:44 to go in the 3rd. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Its thick and rich moisturizing lather delivers a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels. A quality shave at an honest value. That's Barbasol.
Barbasol. Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Hey, football fans, ready for RSV season? Check eligibility and schedule an RSV vaccine at VaxAssist.com. We're starting field position of the night for the Falcons on this possession from their own 8-yard line. They've benefited from great starting field position tonight, James. The average start their own 37-yard line. Other Monday night game late in the third quarter, Vikings with a 20-3 lead over the Bears. Here 12-3 lead for the Falcons, and on first down, Algier gets the carry, and he takes it to the 10-yard line. Pickup of 2 before Laulu and Zach Carter combine on the stop. Second down and 8. Falcons with a 12-3 lead.
So Kirk Cousins under center in that first play. Let's see if he's there or if he's in the pistol when you go to the second play. He's in the shotgun.
He's got Algier to his left. 2 receivers stacked to the left of the line. Cousins turns, gives to Algier. Hole up the middle, finds a crease at the 15, breaks a tackle at the 20, across the 25, and Algier tossed to the turf at the 29-yard line. 19-yard pickup. Nate Hobbs on the tackle. Best run of the night for Tyler Algier and breathing room for Atlanta.
You know, that strength of the interior line. Dahlman at center, Lindstrom at right guard, Bergeron at left guard just moved the Raiders right out of the way.
So now back to that pistol formation. McLeod in motion to give to Algier once more over the left side, and Algier reaches out to the 31-yard line, gets 2, and is tackled there by Caleb Chason. Second down and 8. Clock running, 6:23 and counting to play in the third.
They're kind of going a little bit of tempo. They didn't really do a huddle, kind of a little sugar huddle straight to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, pistol, pistol.
Just going to bloody your nose. You heard him say pistol, pistol. He's moving back into the pistol.
Bijan Robinson, the running back behind him, who gets the carry over the right side. Just a tiny opening, and then Adam Butler jumps on him like a piggyback rider to the 33-yard line. He picks up 2, and then Butler pancakes Robinson to the turf.
You know, not that NFL players are normally undersized, but Tyree Wilson is 6'6", 275. Caleb Chason, 6'3", 245. And they're playing those defensive end positions, and they're going up against 330, 320-pounders. And right now, those big tackles are getting them to run because they're running the wide zones, and they're just pushing them right out of the way, and the back's just cut behind the tackles.
3rd and 6 at the 33. 3 receivers to the left of the line. Single receiver, slot right. Shotgun snap to Cousins. Flags fly. This play is stopped before it starts. False start is going to cost the Falcons 5, and it'll be 3rd and 11 after we hear from Sean Smith.
False start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's the veteran Jake Matthews on the left side of the line.
Yeah, and Caleb Chason is opposite him, and he's kind of trying to resurrect his career. A former first-round pick with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he has 3 sacks for the Raiders. Sometimes a guy can play a whole 16-game season and just have 3 sacks. But he has 3 sacks, had an interception against Tampa, batted the ball up in the air, and then it fell on his belly while he was falling back on his bottom.
Yeah, he's been a nice find for these Raiders. Came over off the Carolina practice squad. 3rd down and 11 at the 28-yard line. Shotgun snap to Cousins. Drops to throw. Has good protection. Checks it short. Kyle Pitts with a catch at the 30-yard line. Tries to turn it upfield and is buried at the 33. Isaiah Polamau leading the way for the Raiders, who stand up Kyle Pitts well short of the first down. And the punt team coming on for Atlanta on 4th and 5.
So we saw a similar defect for the Raiders on their last drive, a 5-yard penalty, throw them behind the sticks, off the chains, and the same thing with the Falcons. They couldn't overcome that 5-yard penalty on 3rd down.
And now the punt for Bradley Pinion. It'll bounce at the 15, takes a good roll inside the 5, and it'll be downed at the 2. You had Jack Jones back deep for the first time tonight as the returner. The ball bouncing up the sidelines, and the Falcons pin them again inside the 5. A 64-yard punt, no return. Spotted at the 3, where the Raiders will go to work once more, trailing 12-3. 4:15 to go in the third. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC this Saturday when the Houston Texans meet the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, you can also hear that game right here beginning at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, on the NFL app, or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. Third drive tonight for the Raiders, starting on or inside their own 8-yard line. This from the 3, first down and 10. The handoff is to Madison, and Madison met by Caden Ellett, or rather Nate Landman. Nate Landman with the tackle at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down and 10.
You know, the last time they were down, remember they gave up a safety.
Yep.
So they're trying to play this ultra-conservative. And I still remember, I remember seeing a Cliff Branch 99 yards down the left sideline in old RFK Stadium, and that might have been the name of the stadium at the time, but playing against the Washington team.
So now 2nd down and 10. They'd take a 97-yard play right now. Ritter from the goal line, looking to throw. Over the middle, finds Madison short, and Madison met immediately by Caden Ellis at the 7. It's a pickup of 4. Leaves a 3rd and 6 with 3:22 to go in the third.
So not only are you in peril now from getting a sack or throwing an interception, you have to then transfer it to 4th down and trying to punt the ball where you've had 2 punts that have been deflected.
It's a dangerous situation, to say the least, if you're a Raider right now. 3rd down and 6 from the shotgun. 2 receivers left. The 2 tight ends to the right of the line. Now motion from Bowers from left and back to the right again. Ritter to throw. On 3rd down, pressure comes, steps away, in trouble, flips it out to the left side. He's got Madison up the sidelines. Madison just short of the 1st down. He's bumped out by A.J. Terrell. Ritter started to run to his left and just saw out of the corner of his eye his running back over there, and Madison ends up a yard short, and they'll punt it away.
So A.J. Terrell's play right there as their top cover corner came up and laid a lick on the running back and stopped him short. So that's what you have to do if you're a complete cornerback. You just don't want to be a, quote, cover corner. You got to come up and make those tackles. That's a huge play for Atlanta and really should have the guys jacked up on the sideline.
4th down and punt team again. Watch out, Kadero Hodge is lurking. He's gotten there twice tonight. A.J. Cole from the goal line. They'll back off. The punt sent away. It'll go out of bounds. A shorter punt for Cole than normal. It goes out near the midfield stripe on a direct line out of bounds. Officially spotted at the Atlanta 48-yard line. A kick of 42 and a timeout in Las Vegas. 2 minutes to play, third quarter. 12-3 Falcons. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
My friends swim no matter the season.
College basketball is back, and the road to the championship starts now on SiriusXM.
Knock it down!
Catch all the top games, the buzzer beaters, and the rivalries you live for in both men's and women's college basketball.
RJ Davis!
Whether you're driving, at home, or on the go, follow your favorite teams in every unforgettable moment. College basketball lives on SiriusXM. Anywhere you are, go to SiriusXM.com/sports to find out where to hear your favorite team.
Fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The only thing better than the holidays are holidays packed with NFL games. Kicking off Thursday, December 19th with the AFC West Showdown.
Touchdown Chargers!
Then a Saturday doubleheader. 12 games Sunday with a battle in Lambeau on Monday night.
Oh, what a play! What a catch!
And a Christmas Day doubleheader for the ages on Netflix.
Oh, sweet Marie!
That's how the NFL does the holidays.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
You can catch The Rich Eisen Show every weekday from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern on many of these stations. And be sure to look out for 2 podcasts from Rich Eisen Podcasts. All the NFL hot takes you can handle on Overreaction Monday. And each Tuesday, download What the Football with Susie Schuster and former Raiders CEO Amy Trask. Get them wherever you get your podcasts. Another good starting position for Kirk Cousins and this Atlanta offense. Ball across the midfield stripe. They'll start in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Toss play, Bijan Robinson hesitates, now bursts forward, and Robinson to the 42-yard line before Tyree Wilson can make the stop. A little slow to get up. One of the big guys up front, Caleb McGarry, the right tackle, limping his way back to the Falcons huddle.
Well, I mentioned it earlier. When the Falcons run the football, you see multiple Raiders getting up off the ground. You know, they're trying to get involved in the tackle. But there are a lot of these Falcon offensive linemen who are putting the guys on the ground because they're trying to cut back and get to the runner.
2nd down and 4 at the Raider 42. Cousins under center, turns, play action. Wants to set up a screen, and he'll just have to throw this at the feet of Bijan Robinson. There was pressure all over him from Amari Burney on that screen, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Nice call by Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator, kind of blitzing to stop the run. And if they are passing and they're not running, run to the quarterback. That's what you do. See, these run blitzes, you're trying to occupy each and every gap. You're able to do that. And once you see it's a pass, go after that quarterback. And that time, it forced Kirk Cousins into a very poor throw.
3rd down and 4 from the 42 of the Raiders. Coming up on a minute to play, 3rd quarter, 12-3 Atlanta. Motion across from London, from left to right. Shotgun snap comes to Cousins, looking right all the way, throws to the right sideline. Tall toss, but it's pulled down by London as he goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Only one player was going to get that ball, James Lofton, and that was Drake London, and the 6'4 receiver able to yank it down.
And Drake London admitted, I was a better basketball player than I was a football player, especially in high school. You know, here's a guy who, you know, you talk about a catch radius and being able to go up and catch a simple pass like that. Kirk Cousins had to throw that ball high because there was pressure in his face, and that ball had to have enough steam on it going to the sideline, and Drake London had to have the ability to go up and grab it.
First down and 10. Toss play. Robinson, a little zigzag. Picks up a couple to the 35. Laulu there on the tackle after the 2-yard gain. That may take us to the end of the third quarter. These Falcons have not exactly been overwhelmingly aggressive getting to the line for most of the night. And they're not going to be this time either. Clock running
just
with 20
walking
seconds.
the ball up the court right now.
Exactly. Somewhere Dean Smith is very happy with this four corners offense that we're seeing in Las Vegas. 10 seconds and counting, and the Falcons are just going to run this one out and take us to the fourth quarter. We've reached the end of three quarters here in Las Vegas, and the Falcons with a 12-3 lead over the Raiders. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
What's that? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppable bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
This Christmas, the NFL is live on Netflix, and it's a gift you can't wrap. On December 25th, Netflix will be the home for 2 NFL Christmas Day games. At 1 p.m. Eastern, the 2024 Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs face the Pittsburgh Steelers, followed by the Baltimore Ravens versus the Houston Texans at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a holiday tradition you won't want to miss. Watch live only on Netflix. You won't want to miss it.
Something amazing is happening in workplaces everywhere. Devices are learning how people work and adapting to help them get more done. That's because CDW is modernizing experiences with Dell's intelligent portfolio of devices. Thanks to built-in security and AI capabilities, your teams can work smarter wherever they may be. Dell and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Client.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their list. Power up the holidays with great deals on STIHL tools. Find the perfect gift at your STIHL dealer or shop the STIHL Holiday Gift Guide at STIHLUSA.com. 292 total combined yards through three quarters tonight. This is not exactly an offensive showcase, James Lofton.
That's passing for Kirk Cousins?
That is the total combined yards between the two teams tonight.
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
I'm saying that these two teams have under 300 yards of total offense through three quarters. 12-3 lead for Atlanta. 2nd and 8. Falcons moving left to right.
Almost passed for 500 yards yesterday?
Yes, yesterday in one game. Falcons have 6 total fourth quarter points in the last 7 games. And a flag starts off our fourth quarter. That seems fitting.
False start. Offense number 85. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's tight end Ross Dwelly moving early. 5th penalty for 25 yards for Atlanta. And that's about all it's taken tonight for both of these offenses to get derailed. Just a 5-yard penalty here and there, James.
Well, they're all of a sudden sending Ray McLeod, number 34, back into the game. Kyle Pitts back into the game. So if anything, this would signal drop back pass or at least a screen to Bijan Robinson.
2nd and 13. Pistol formation. Robinson behind Cousins. 2 receivers left. Single receiver right plus the tight end. Shotgun snap. Cousins looks, pumps. Pressure comes. Cousins in trouble. Down he goes. Tyree Wilson drops him at the 41, a loss of 1, and it'll bring up 3rd and 14.
And got him behind the line of scrimmage. I know that can be one of the most frustrating things for a defensive lineman when you pressure the quarterback, you start to get on him, and then he dives forward for a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 14, the 3rd sack of the night for the Raiders, each team with 3. The other Monday night game, Vikings with a 20-6 lead, 10-20 remaining in the 4th quarter there.
Well, getting a little noise in the stadium here.
12-3 advantage for the Falcons on 3rd and 14 from the Raider 41. Shotgun snap to Cousins, looks and throws over the middle, finds Pitts at the 35. Pitts down to the 30. He's short of the first down, but that completion, James, likely brings Younghoe Koo into the conversation for a field goal try for the Falcons. And here comes the aforementioned Atlanta kicker, who will line this one up from, at rough glance, 48 yards.
Coming into the ball game, he was 5 out of 8 from this distance, which really is really below average when you think about the fact that everybody's nailing 50-yarders on a regular basis.
From 48 on the right hash. Good snap, good hold, and the kick by Koo on the way, and it is good. And Younghoe Koo has been on the money tonight. Nails that one from 48. And the Atlanta lead grows to 15-3. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. 13:26 to go in this one. Atlanta with a 15-3 lead. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
A dog? I'm not. I was born for a purpose, to bring you hope, to guide you out of darkness, to stand by you as you rediscover life. When past battles cloud your mind, I push them away. You tell me I'm your hero, just as you are mine. You hold me when you're afraid, whisper that I saved you. With me by your side, no challenge is too great, no night too dark. I'm your guide, your companion, your friend, your light. A dog? I'm not. With me, you see the world again.
Discover hope at Dogs Inc. Visit us at dogsinc.org to learn more.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on Sirius XM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. With a channel featuring generation after generation of country stars. 'Tis the season to be jolly. And their heartfelt holiday sounds.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
From back then to right now.
It's officially Christmas.
Country Christmas, now through December 25th on Channel 58 and on the Sirius XM app.
But let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Viasat. Score big with Viasat satellite internet, no matter where you live. Viasat.com/home internet. That's Viasat.com/home internet. Certainly not big. 7-play, 18-yard drive. The results in the field goal, but big from the standpoint that it makes it a 15-3 lead for Atlanta. And the kickoff through the end zone, so Desmond Ritter and company come out to the 30-yard line to go to work, first down and 10. But this offense has been stuck in the mud. Ritter tonight, 8 of 15, 63 yards. He's also the leading rusher with 28 yards rushing. Line up from the 30-yard line on first down and 10. Madison to the right of Desmond Ritter. Bowers in motion from left to right. Shotgun snap. Play action fake. Ritter rolls to the right, throws on the run, throws it short. Meyer with the catch. And the tight end, Michael Meyer, up the sideline and out of bounds at the 42-yard line, chased out by Lorenzo Carter. 12-yard pickup and a first down.
You know, the tough thing for Desmond Ritter, he's been in the league going on his third year, had all those starts at Cincinnati, but it's still, there's a practice level in the NFL where you practice at about 85 to 90% of what you're going to do on game day. And that little percentage throws you off unless you've had a lot of game day reps. And you can see he's just a little bit off and late on a lot of timing throws.
First down and 10 at the 41-yard line. Ritter to throw over the middle, and it is incomplete. He had Jacoby Myers at the Falcon 43, and Justin Simmons timed it well. Met Myers at the 43 and knocked the ball out.
But you say timed it well, he's late on the throw. So if you can get that ball there earlier, that defensive back won't be there right on the guy's back, or lead the receiver out in front so he can continue to run.
So a second and 10, 41-yard line of Las Vegas, trailing 15-3. Along the right hash, moving from our right to our left, motion across for Michael Mayer, the tight end. Fake the handoff. Ritter with pressure coming. Wants to float it out to Madison out of the backfield. But that pressure in his face from Richie Grant had to get rid of that ball way too early. Threw it too far. It's third down.
Well, they showed pressure, the Atlanta Falcons did, on the left side. They dropped the guy out from the left side. They brought the pressure from the other side, and there was nobody there to pick him up because Ritter had probably adjusted the pass protection to help him on the left side, and there's nobody coming there. So bait and switch by Atlanta. They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
We've seen it a lot tonight, though. They're really playing with the mind of the young quarterback. Raiders are 2 for 9 on third down. This is a 3rd and 10. Ball at their own 41-yard line. Shotgun snap to Ritter. 5-man pressure. Ritter in some trouble. Bounces away and throws it incomplete as he starts to go down. He backed into the pressure. Arnold Ebiketie was kind of behind him, James, and as he worked to his right, he bumped into the backside of Ebiketie and had to throw that ball incomplete. Threw it away, and the punt team coming on for Las Vegas with 12:32 to play in the fourth.
And even in this 4-game slide, Ebiketie on defense has been one of the bright spots for the Falcons. Second-round pick out of Penn State, 4 sacks this season, a lot of tackles for losses, quarterback hurries, all those things that you want a young player to do.
Time to punt it away. Avery Williams fields it at the 14. First man misses. Williams to the 20. And Avery Williams down between 2 Raiders at the 25-yard line. Chris Smith, the first to get there and knock him down at the 25-yard line. And the Falcons will go to work from there. First down and 10 after the 45-yard punt and the 11-yard return. It's time to gear up for the holiday season. NFL Shop is your ultimate gifting destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. Show off your team pride this holiday season with styles fit for the whole family. To shop now, go to NFLShop.com. Spotted at the 26 officially, first down and 10. Back in the pistol formation are the Falcons. Bijan Robinson, the running back. Cousins gets the snap, gives to Robinson, hole up the middle, veers right to the 30, across the 35, got a block at the 40. Robinson across the 45, his jersey tugged on at midfield, and he goes out of bounds near the 45 of the Raiders. Isaiah Polamau runs him out after the 31-yard gain, and Bijan Robinson, well over 100 yards rushing on the night, give him 18 carries for 111 yards.
A lot of runs have gone to the right side of the Atlanta Falcons, running behind the big offensive lineman on that side, McGarry, Lindstrom. And Bijan Robinson is great at just patience and then speed, and that burst is there.
From the 45 of the Raiders, fumbled snap. Cousins dribbles it and has to pounce on it. Back on the Falcons side of the midfield stripe. A loss of 6. Back to the 49-yard line. That shotgun snap just caromed right off the top of his hands, James.
And you know what? He's lucky he got to the ground because the guys were coming after him because they call those free licks right there.
So back up 6 and back to the 49. The ball right on the eye patch of the Raider logo at midfield.
So we're seeing a lot of drives get derailed when you get behind the sticks. As opposed to 2nd and 6, now you get 2nd and 15. Let's see what happens to Atlanta here.
And a draw play. Bijan Robinson, a little duck and dive forward to the 47-yard line of the Raiders. Janaris Robinson, after the 4-yard run, makes the tackle, and there's an injured Raider, and it's Jonah Laulu, who's been playing some good football. We've called his name several times tonight. He had his first career sack tonight. And Laulu down at the 48-yard line with 10:49 to play in the fourth before a 3rd and long for Atlanta. Other Monday night games, 7:30 to play. Minnesota well in control over the Chicago Bears, 27-6. And the Vikings continue to pace their way towards the playoffs and perhaps still a shot at the division crown for Kevin O'Connell and Minnesota.
The thing that I like, we've gone to a 17-game season. You spread it out over 18 weeks. And now what you have to try and do is figure out, okay, if I'm going to rest the team and we have the first-round bye, do I really want to rest them for 2 weeks and do all that kind of stuff? A lot of decisions for head coaches to make.
And while they tend to Jonah Laulu, we'll take a quick timeout from Las Vegas. 10:49 to go in the fourth. 15-3 Atlanta. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Morning. I'm starting my health journey with my new blender. I got 2% cash back on it with the new Cash Rewards Plus card from Navy Federal Credit Union. I get unlimited 2% cash back on these carrots, apples, bananas.
It's 6 in the morning.
Oh, I also got 2% back on these smoothie glasses.
I'm going back to bed.
Oh, yeah. I got 2% back on the mattress. Sleep tight.
You can earn unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with the new Cash Rewards Plus card. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
'Tis the season of giving, and right now, during the Ram Wrap-Up the Year sales event, Ram Trucks is giving out great deals on a wide selection of powerful trucks that are built to serve. Hurry into your local Ram dealer today to purchase and get $5,000 total cash allowance on most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Embrace the spirit of giving, and don't miss this great offer going on now during the Ram Wrap-Up the Year sales event. Excludes RHO and Tradesman Quad Cab 4x2 models. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by January 2nd, 2025.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. 10:49 to play in the fourth quarter with Hall of Famer James Lofton. I'm Kevin Kugler. Monday Night Football in Las Vegas with the Falcons leading 15-3. Robert Spillane also being looked at on the Raider bench. So a couple of big names got dinged up on that last defensive play. Jonah Laulu and Robert Spillane both on the bench right now. But the blue medical tent not up for the Raiders. So they are being tended to on the sideline before 3rd down and 12 on the 47-yard line. Kirk Cousins and company back to work. It's been an uneven night for Cousins. 10 of 15, 106 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
You'd love to be able to bring pressure here, but not expose all your young cornerbacks to one-on-one coverage in the secondary.
On 3rd and 12 at the Raider 47-yard line. Cousins gets the shotgun snap. They rush 4. Cousins has time, throws left side. Pitts with the catch at the 42, but immediately Nate Hobbs there to tackle him at the 1-yard line. Wouldn't let him turn upfield. It's 4th down after the 6-yard gain, and the punt team coming on for Atlanta. They'll try to pin the Raiders deep once more.
That's a nice professional football tackle by Nate Hobbs, tackling somebody who probably outweighs him by 50 or 60 pounds. Coming up and allowing Kirk Cousins to believe he had somebody wide open and then closing the gap quickly.
Amir Abdullah with his toes at the 8-yard line to our right.
We've seen this punt before, haven't we?
We have, and it usually ends up with the Raiders pinned inside the 8. Pinion trying to do it again. Falcons creep up to the line.
They're trying to get them to jump off sides by barking because they know they can waste the 5 and have more room to punt the ball down inside the 10.
And that's exactly what they do. They get the delay of game penalty. So back them up 5. You special teams folks, a little tricky. I know you spent some time in that room.
Yeah, I did.
It's a little sneaky.
You know, when I was playing, I would go in there and sit in the back and try and take a nap. But then I found out, hey, this stuff is really a lot of fun because what other player are you exchanging 40 yards of field position?
Right.
And you're going to score. So every time you have a special teams play, kickoff, punt, 40 yards of field position,
right.
Field goal attempts, PATs, scores. So lots going on in those meeting rooms.
So now 4th and 11 after the penalty. Pinion will try to put the Raiders deep in a hole again. Abdullah waving for the fair catch, and he makes it at the 9-yard line. And the Raiders once more, after a 37-yard punt, they'll spot it immediately at the 10, and that's where they'll start first down and 10. And speaking of 10, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for Monday Night Football.
Whether your team is at home or on the road, hear every game with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Just search for your team and click the favorite star.
Kevin Kugler and Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. From the 10-yard line, on first down, shotgun snap. Ritter looks to the right, throws to the right, short. Madison at the 5 with the catch, and he is popped inside the 8 by Kentavious Street. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's a lot of grumbling going on in Raider Nation right now. Let's throw the ball down the field. Let's stretch the field a little bit. Throwing the ball at or behind the line of scrimmage when they're just playing soft zone coverage is not advantageous to moving the ball down the field.
2nd down and 11. Coming up on 9 minutes to play in this one. Ritter will motion out Michael Mayer to the right. Ritter from the goal line, throwing over the middle, and it's intercepted at the 39-yard line by Justin Simmons. Leaping up to take it away on the overthrow from Jacoby Myers. Simmons with the pick. Ritter turns it over, and the Falcons are in business in Las Vegas territory again.
Now you're looking at me like you're mad at me because I talked Desmond Ritter into throwing the ball down the field.
You encouraged this.
You got to throw it to your guy away from their guy, not to their guy away from your guy. Now he could be confused because he used to wear a Falcon uniform.
Falcons had only one takeaway since week 9. Simmons gets the interception to take it away here and set up the Falcons 1st and 10 at the Raider 39.
And like you said, it was just an overthrow. He had receiver going up the inside edge of the numbers, breaking to the inside, just threw it over his head.
Pistol formation once more. Tyler Algier behind Kirk Cousins, gets the handoff over the right side. Algier bounces off a blocker, crawls his way to the 35-yard line with Zach Carter there to bring him down after a 5-yard gain.
At this point, if you're a defensive lineman for the Raiders, you're getting a little fatigued mentally because you've been caught in the same situations every time. You're running out toward midfield. That's where you got to start the drive. You don't have them pinned back in their own territory where you can make something happen. So you're getting this mental fatigue, and you're running this against the same plays every time. So that's where play action could really help the Falcons out here.
2nd down and 5. Cousins under center. Toss play Algier, left side. Algier finds a little bit of a crease, works his way near the 29-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Falcons. John Jenkins on the tackle after a 5-yard gain. Keeps the clock running, keeps the Falcons moving, up 15-3 under 8 minutes to play.
You emphasized that keeps the clock running, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I think both teams are getting to the point where they'd like to see that clock continue to run a little bit. This Raiders defense certainly is. They're being leaned on right now, James. 1st down and 10 at the 29. Motion across on the left side from the tight end. The handoff to Algier. He'll try to bounce it out to the left side, and he runs into the arms of DeCamerion Richardson, who's able to bring him down after a pickup of maybe 2. They'll spot it right around the 27-yard line. It'll bring up second down and long.
So that handoff out of the pistol, the running back is aiming at the outside hip of the left tackle. And Kirk Cousins barely made the mesh point there for the handoff. So is there something wrong with him a little bit where he's not functioning as well? We know he had the Achilles during the offseason, but he's also taking a little bit of a pounding today.
Second down and 8 at the 27. Robinson behind Cousins in the pistol. Motion across from left to right. Cousins, a little bit of a confusing play. He tried to give it off in the pistol and then ends up just running the football.
Yeah, the snap was high.
Up. Yep.
And so once he had to go up and claim that snap, Bijan Robinson had already run past him, and Kirk Cousins, all he could do was hit the ground.
So a loss of 2 back to the 29-yard line.
You know, if that had been Brett Favre and Michael Strahan, that would have been a sack.
It would have been. And it would have been the record. And Mark Gastineau would have still been unhappy about it.
A little bit of news from the past.
Third down and 10 at the 29. London and Mooney to the left of the line. Darnell Mooney's been quiet tonight. Shotgun snap to Cousins. Handoff on 3rd and 10. You give it to Robinson. And pretty clear what the plan was there. Give it to Robinson. He'll secure it, get a couple of yards up the middle. Sets up a 4th and 5. But more importantly, James, for the Falcons, it sets up another field goal opportunity.
And then if you get this, you have a 15-point lead, which would be a... See, people always say a 2-score game. I say it's a 3-score game because
you got to get a 2-point conversion.
Given a 1-point PAT is kind of a given, but getting that extra 2-pointer, that's not always easy.
42-yard try for Younghoe Koo.
So is he getting a coup here in the stadium?
He is getting a coup.
Visiting Atlanta Falcon fans.
The kick from Koo is no good. He missed it wide left. And an uneven year continues for Younghoe Koo, his 9th miss of the season. And the Falcons come up empty with 5:27 to play in the 4th.
Now, to his credit, he did limp off. So there's something obviously wrong with him. A guy who can't kick off, you're trying to put in there for an extended field goal attempt, and you would think that your punter is normally the holder, so who's the next holder who would hold for the punter who would need to kick field goals or place kicks in this position?
You're going down the line quite a bit there.
Well, if you're the head coach of the special teams coach, you got to have all those bases covered.
First down and 10 from the 32. Ritter to throw, 3-man rushes. He throws, dumps it off on the right side. Catch is made by Trey Tucker, who scoots out to the 40-yard line. Arnold Ebiketie on the tackle.
And Trey Tucker going from left to right, you could see his speed, and on that play, he got just a little hesitant before he was able to round the corner.
Second down and 2 from the 40. Quick toss, left side. Catch is made on a slant. Jacoby Myers, first down to the Falcon 49. 10-yard pickup, first down and 10. Raiders hustle to the line. 4:52 and counting with the clock running.
Falcons are still able to play 2 deep safeties with Bates and Simmons both deep.
Ritter throws to the sideline. Diving catch made on the left sideline by Jacoby Myers. Covered up immediately at the 41. A pickup of 8 on the play. 4:35 and counting to go. 2nd and 2. Raiders quickly to work. Ritter looks. Ritter going to run. Tries to get out of trouble, and he's tripped up. Zach Harrison diving to get him before he got out of the pocket. Got him around the ankle and chopped him down for a 1-yard loss. Put it back to the 43-yard line. 4:10 and counting to go, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for Las Vegas.
So if I'm looking at the scoreboard, 12 points, this is 4-down territory. Field goal doesn't do you any good here in terms of closing the gap. You need 2 touchdowns.
Myers in motion from left to right. Shotgun snap, 4-man Falcon rush, throws, right side, catch is made. First down, Jacoby Myers with the grab at the 36-yard line of Atlanta. That moves the chains. Quickly up to the line come the Raiders after the Bertrand tackle, and it's first down and 10.
There's definitely strength in Desmond Ritter's arm. He sees it, he can do it. You've got to anticipate it to really be a good quarterback at the NFL level.
On 1st and 10, Ritter hit as he throws, and a strike to the outside. Good to see a number 80 in Raider colors making a catch. It's Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, Jerry Rice looks pretty good down there.
He does look good, doesn't he? To the 29-yard line, a pickup of 7, 2nd and 3. Best drive of the night so far for the Raiders. 2nd down and 3. Ritter Pressure up the middle, throws to the left sideline. That pass incomplete. He had to get rid of it because Caden Ellis was all over him from the snap.
So Amir Abdullah, who's not a big running back, looked like he was trying to block his big brother right there.
He did.
And his big brother just, I'm surprised that somebody's mom didn't come out there and get him for being mean to the little running back there.
Somebody's going to get grounded, I think.
Yeah, oh man.
So a 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 29-yard line of Atlanta. 3:05 to play in the 4th. Falcons with a 15-3 lead, but the Raiders on the move.
Falcons very disciplined with those 2 safeties back deep, assisting on each and every side.
Marshall in motion left to right. Shotgun snap. Ritter throws down the right sideline. Amir Abdullah out of the backfield. Down the sideline with a catch at the 10 and out of bounds. 1st and goal at the 5.
So I talked about that 2 deep zone on that sideline. You have 2 receivers out there. They both come inside. Abdullah runs a swing route to the outside, up the sideline. Nice touch on that ball.
1st and goal from the 5. Abdullah out of bounds, stopping the clock with 2:59 to play in the 4th.
So you're looking for size here, and obviously down here, the guy that you really want to get the ball to would be Brock Bowers.
Tucker in motion from right to left. 3 receivers to the left of the line. Shotgun snap. Ritter. Pressure comes. Throws it to Abdullah. Spins away from contact. Abdullah dives into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. The quick spin for Abdullah, and the Raiders have a life.
Great job by Desmond Ritter. Unblocked defender running directly at him. Drops his arm angle down a couple of slots and throws that ball right out to Abdullah. Abdullah, like you say, makes that spin move to come back to the inside and then vaults from about the 2-yard line into the end zone.
And a 15-9 lead now for Atlanta. So the missed field goal, the Raiders march right down the field and score a touchdown. And are very much alive in this one as Daniel Carlson comes on for the extra point. And it's blocked. 2 punts have been blocked, and now an extra point blocked tonight by the Falcons. Kevin King was right in the middle of that once again and may have gotten a hand on that one. So the extra point, the first miss of the year for Daniel Carlson, and it looked like it was King who came in there and got a piece of it.
Yeah, he split the gap between the tight end and the wingback. That wingback has to keep his weight down inside and then ricochet off that defender and get the outside guy.
Well, how about the fact, though, that the Raiders finally got into the red zone, and their stats inside the red zone are sponsored by CDW. Their experts help you get more from your technology so you can do amazing things. Make amazing happen. 36th chance this year. That's the 17th touchdown. Their 45% touchdown rate coming in was 5th worst in the National Football League, but a 9-play, 68-yard drive capped by the Amir Abdullah touchdown catch, his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. And now the Raiders, with 2:54 to go, will kick off and a chance in this ball game. Daniel Carlson will kick off. And the Falcons, who have been very conservative offensively all night long, missed that field goal. Raiders took it right down and scored. We've got a 1-score game, 15-9. And the kickoff is going to go into the end zone, fielded for the touchback. And Kirk Cousins and the offense will go to work looking for some first downs. Raiders have all 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning to try to get this football back. Put it at the 30-yard line. Will they lean these Falcons on Bijan Robinson? 20 carries, 121 yards on the night to try to run this out if they can.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Okay. Bijan Robinson has not had a fumble this entire season. 0 fumbles.
Tyler Algier will start in the backfield, however, and a toss play to Algier picks his way ahead to the 33-yard line, and there's timeout number 1 used by Las Vegas after the 3-yard gain. 2:50 to play in the 4th, and Antonio Pierce stops the clock before 2nd and 7. Join us next Saturday for a special NFL doubleheader. First up, it's a battle of divisional winners when the Houston Texans head to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs, followed by the latest chapter in the fierce AFC North rivalry between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Doubleheader coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on most of these same stations. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or to listen to the live stream for free. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One.
So if you're Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, do you let Kirk Cousins have the ball in this situation and throw the football down the field?
Well, it's a good question. Not on 2nd and 7. The handoff to Algier again, who just tries to power his way up the middle. Gets to the 36-yard line. Timeout number 2 used by the Raiders with 2:44 to play in the ball game, trailing Atlanta by 6. The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
Okay, so if you're a Raider defender on the end of the line of scrimmage and Bijan Robinson runs away from you, make sure that you don't allow the bootleg to come back to your side away from that fake that you would have to Robinson. If Robinson is running towards you, yes, you make the tackle there. But watch for the bootleg coming out of this because Kirk Cousins could keep the ball, and then he would slide down.
So 3rd and 4, 2 receivers to either side. Now motion across from Mooney from right to left. Shotgun snap to Cousins. He will throw pressure up the middle, and it's batted down. A flag comes in. Robert Spillane batted the pass down, but then Kirk Cousins went down. Did Spillane rough the passer?
It seemed like the ball was still near him.
Roughing the passer, defense number 41. High hit to the head area. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And you heard the key words, high hit to the head area. Any contact to the head of the quarterback is going to bring a flag out in today's game. James Lofton, what do you see as you watch it on replay?
Oh, man, he went up to kind of block the ball, and his head, because he's tall, was up near his head. But it's not kind of the intent.
Wasn't malicious.
There. It was not malicious.
But it was contact.
Not malicious, not egregious, but by the letter of the law, unfortunate for the Raiders.
And an absolute gut punch for Las Vegas. 1st and 10. The ball just across the midfield stripe of the 49 of Las Vegas. And now Bijan Robinson to carry once more. And Robinson pushing the pile over the left side for a yard to the 48-yard line, and a timeout used by Antonio Pierce. His final timeout. As he called timeout, he took the red challenge flag out of his pocket and tossed it to an assistant because he will not need it with no timeouts for the final 33 seconds before the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 9, 2:33 remaining in this one. A Robert Spillane roughing the passer penalty gives the Falcons the chance to maybe run this out in a 15-9 game.
So 90% of that play that Robert Spillane made was a great play. He was a late blitzer, so he allowed the guard and the center to do their business. Then he was able to split them, jumped up in the air, got his hands on the ball like he needed to, but unfortunately bumped the quarterback's helmet.
2nd and 9, toss play. Robinson sweeps the outside, stays in bounds, and is down near the 45 of the Raiders. He picks up 3 before DeCamerion Richardson can tackle him.
Not that the Raiders haven't played hard, but they played hard the last 5 or 6 snaps. The 3 previous ones, that one right there, running down Robinson, making him turn the ball back inside. Yeah. There's some good commitment from the guys who are still out on the field.
And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning in Las Vegas. A 3rd and 6 awaits. A first down by the Falcons, and they can run it out. A stop by the Raiders, and there's a chance, down 6. 15-9 Atlanta, 2 minutes to play. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have a full tank of gas first before road tripping through the desert.
Empty? Seriously? Maybe I can walk.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Maybe I can't.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Hurry in during the Jeep Wrap Up the Year sales event and open up an adventure with a vehicle's winter is no match for. Make your holidays even merrier with great deals going on now. Kevin Kugler alongside Hall of Famer James Lofton. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 6 for the Falcons, leading 15-9 from the Raider 45. Raiders are out of timeouts.
Yes.
We saw on the last 3rd down, James, Atlanta threw. What do you see here for this offense?
Well, if you're Raheem Morris, you are aware of what the clock says, because the Raiders cannot stop the clock if you run the ball here. So if you run it, take up 5 seconds, you don't make the first down, you can still whittle this clock down to a minute 10, minute 15 before the Raiders get the ball on a punt.
And, of course, if you get a first down, you can run this game out and get out of here with an even record at 7-7.
Suited up for the Raiders for a couple years.
Yes.
I coached there, so I haven't said we.
You've done a good job.
The Raiders need to do a great job here to get their hands on the ball, to give Desmond Ridder a chance to be a hero.
So 3rd down and 6, 45-yard line. That missed field goal looming so large right now for Atlanta.
Ball on the right hash. Bijan Robinson, most of his yardage seems like he's picked up running to the right. It wouldn't be surprised if they ran left and decide to run at the smallest of the defensive ends out there, K'Lavon Chason, who is lined up over Jake Matthews.
2 receivers to either side. Bijan Robinson to the left of Cousins in the gun. Cousins stomping his right foot, awaiting the shotgun snap. Stomps it a second time. Arms outstretched, gets the snap. He's going to throw over the middle, deflected away and incomplete. He had Ray McLeod on a slant, but Jonah Laulu gets back to bat that one down. Clock stops with 1:56 to play, and the Falcons have to punt it away.
You know, when Patrick Graham was hot as a defensive coordinator, talked about him having a brilliant mind. And that was a brilliant mind right there, because he showed that pressure coming from the right side, but those guys dropped out. And one of them, a big 300-pound dancing bear, got his hands on the ball to knock it away from the receiver.
And now Desmond Ridder is going to indeed have a chance to play the role of hero. As Bradley Pinion will punt it away for Atlanta. Amir Abdullah will let this one sail, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So many times tonight we've seen Pinion pin the Raiders deep, but not on this one. Minute 50, no timeouts. Quarterback making his first start of the year, but his 18th career start, trying to lead the Raiders back to deliver a late win and crush the Falcons' playoff hopes.
You know, we look at the speed that receivers have down the field. We look at how many targets receivers go. Why not have the heart rate monitor on Desmond Ridder right now? Well, it was about 185
minimum. That's the resting heart rate. 2 tight ends to the right of the line. Single receiver left is Tucker, right is Myers. Abdullah in the backfield from the 21st down. Shotgun snap. Falcons rush 3. Ridder will throw over the middle. Short to Abdullah at the 22. Reverses his field at the 25 and is down in bounds at the 27-yard line. Clock will run. Raiders with plenty of time. 1:36 and counting as they line it up. On 2nd down, and we've got a stoppage in play, and there was movement up front. Oh, my goodness. 2nd and 3. What will it become with this call from Sean Smith, our referee?
False start. Offense number 61.
Runoff.
It's a foul occurred under the 2 minutes, which requires a 10-second runoff. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 33 seconds. Run 10 seconds. We'll start the clock at 1:23 on my whistle.
That was a late snap by Jackson Powers
30
Johnson.
seconds on the play clock.
And there was movement from all over that left side. So now back them up. 2nd down and 8. at the 22, and now 1:23 to go with the runoff.
You've got a 3-man pass rush, which is always tough to kind of find the seams. I'd rather have the receivers bunched up as opposed to spread out as much as they are right now.
2nd and 8, toss to the left sideline, and then turning out of bounds goes Trey Tucker. Not only does he get out of bounds, he gets the first down at the 31-yard line.
Get a fresh set of downs. You can get in the huddle.
And they'll mark him at the 32-yard line, 1st down and 10. They have to have a touchdown, down 15-9.
Both these safeties, Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, are kind of like Pro Bowl type safeties, and they are ball hawks. You got to be careful throwing the ball in their areas.
Shotgun snap, Ritter under pressure with that 3-man rush. A flag is down as Ritter will just spike this one at the feet.
Oh, and how about the late hit on Ritter right there?
Holding. Offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's the rookie DJ Glaze. Back him up with a clock down to 1:10 remaining.
Yeah, he had Epicon coming around that corner, and just that speed. You've got to really get that kick step out so you don't get worried about it. Ritter threw the ball away, and Grady Jackson decided, don't throw the ball away. Let me just tap you here for a second.
A little love tap.
Yep. Former teammate.
So put the ball back at the 22-yard line where it's 1st down and 20. 2 receivers to the right of the line. Single left is Myers. 1st down and 20. Ritter looking left, looks for Myers, has him at the 30-yard line, tackled in bounds at the 33-yard line by Caden Ellis. Clock will run under a minute before they snap it again. 2nd down and 9 at the 33. 3 receivers right, single wide left. Ritter to throw on 2nd down, floats it over the middle. It's caught by Abdullah at the 35, tackled in bounds, short of the 1st down at the 39. 3rd down and 3 coming up, 45 seconds and counting to play. 3rd and 3 from the 39. Ritter back in the gun. Gets the snap, looks and throws to the left side. High throw, it is caught, the ball knocked out of his hands, it's incomplete. Jacoby Myers had it, the ball stripped out of his hands, and Mike Hughes is the guy who was able to jar it loose. 35 seconds to go, and it's 4th down.
About 4 plays into a 2-minute drill, as a receiver, you feel like you're running uphill. You are just totally gassed, your legs are barely working. And I've been watching Brock Bowers run deep crossing routes from left to right to left to right. He looks like he has more speed than the receivers out there. So here's a guy who's very well conditioned. You got to try and get him the ball, get him a matchup situation. He's split out to a far right.
4th down and 3. This could be your ball game right here. Michael Mayer motioning to the slot right side. And
delay of game?
A delay of game on the Raiders.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Boy, oh boy. 4th and 3 becomes 4th and 8.
We're supposed to say jinx when we said delay a game at the same time?
I think we did.
Oh, man.
One of us has to buy the other a soda, I think, in those jinx situations. I'll let you buy. Back to the 34-yard line where it's 4th and 8. Tougher task for Desmond Ritter at quarterback. Trailing 15-9. Shotgun snap. Falcons rush 3. Ritter throws it short. Abdullah makes a man miss. Abdullah to the 40-yard line, and out of bounds goes Abdullah with a 1st down at the 43.
So I did what every coach on the Raiders sideline went, oh no, oh no, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
And out to the 43 it goes. 1st down and 10, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock with 26 seconds to play in the ball game. From the 43 on 1st down. Still a long way to go, down 6, 15-9. Michael Mayer in motion from left to right. Along the right hash, shotgun snap to Ritter. Ritter steps up, looks, throws left side, high throw, it is caught down to the 35-yard line. Jacoby Myers, but the clock continues to run.
You got to spike it.
15 seconds, 14 seconds, 13 seconds. They get set up and they spike it at the 35 with 10 seconds to play. The Raiders down 6 with 10 seconds to play at the Falcon 35.
You've got 2 throws here. Both of them should be into the end zone. 3 receivers on one side. It wouldn't be bad to go back-to-back Hail Marys right here.
So from the 35-yard line, the Raiders, losers of 9 straight ball games, trying to rip one away from the Falcons and rip Atlanta's heart out as they try to get back on track in the NFC South. Second down and 10 at the 35, and we've got a timeout taken by Atlanta.
And you know what? Every Raider receiver is so glad that Atlanta called timeout because the heavy breathing can now stop.
Everybody catching their breath. A game that saw so little action for the first 3 3/4 of this game. The last quarter of this quarter has been pretty impressive.
You know why, don't you? Action that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
It does stay in Vegas. We didn't see any action staying in Vegas for most of the night. But Desmond Ridder going to work. Teams trailing by 12 points or more in the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter this year are 0-98. Raiders trying to be the first to overcome that. Second and 10 at the 35. Shotgun snap. Ridder rolling left. Wants to load this one up. He will. Throws it for the end zone. Jump ball out of bounds. Clock has 2 seconds left on it.
That was close. Jacoby Myers almost tracked that ball that was coming straight in his direction. It looked like he might have gotten a little shove once he went up into the air.
6 points down, barring a penalty, 1 play left from the 35 of Atlanta. The Las Vegas Raiders have trailed throughout the night, down 15-9. And here we go. From the Falcon 35, Atlanta with 3 defenders back on the goal line. Ridder to throw. Second down. Steps up. Uncorks it. Towards the end zone. It is deflected. Diving for it. A body, a scrum, and it's intercepted. It is picked off in the end zone, and Atlanta survives a major scare. 15-9 the win as Jesse Bates comes up with his 3rd interception of the year to seal it in the end zone for Atlanta. The Raiders lose their 10th straight, but this one in heartbreaking fashion. Raheem Morris over to talk to Carter Bradley after the game, the backup quarterback and the son of longtime defensive coach and former head coach Gus Bradley. A big smile on Coach Morris's face and a big exhale from the Atlanta Falcons, who survive a major scare, James, and are still very much alive in the playoff hunt in the NFC South.
And I think the fact that they got pressured late in the game will tell them they have to play better going down the stretch to have the chance to really get this thing settled.
What a finish to this one tonight that saw the Raiders put together quite the late flurry. But they fall just 6 points short. Jesse Bates with the interception in the end zone to seal it and save it for the Atlanta Falcons, who are now 7-7 on the year. They break the 4-game losing skid. The Raiders fall to 2-12. They've lost their last 10 in a row. 15-9, the final in this one. Kirk Cousins 11 of 17 tonight for 112 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. I don't know that they're going to hang this performance in the Louvre, but they're going to take that win. And now just a game behind in the division in the NFC South, going home to take on the New York Giants on Sunday coming up. And one of the keys to this game, joining us on the field right now, Bijan Robinson, who carried the load tonight. 22 carries, 125 yards. Bijan, Kevin Kugler, and James Lofton upstairs in the broadcast booth. Did you exhale loud enough for everybody to hear at the end of that game? That was a frenetic pace at the end of that thing.
Yeah, well, first off, I just want to give honor to God and His Son Jesus, and just for getting us out healthy and, playing for Him and doing everything for Him. I just, love God for giving us what we are blessed to do. But, yeah, man, it was one of them grimy games for us, for our offense. And, we had to do whatever we could to keep the ball moving and keep the momentum going. But, today was just a running the ball game, and we had to execute, and that's what we did. And I appreciate the whole line for, always getting it done.
As we are up here trying to describe the game to people who aren't watching it on television, If you're running those outside zone plays, are you looking at the outside hip of the tackle? And what are you seeing from the flow of the linebackers, whether to cut back or whether there's going to be a hole outside that hip?
Yeah, man. I mean, you just gotta see your reads, your first, second, and third read. You gotta read the second level, and it all correlates and everything. You still gotta read linebacker, you still gotta read the front line. And for me, when I'm just following the running or the lineman and Charlie and those guys, it opens up. But you got to be patient, and I think using that patience and using the vision that God's blessed me with is the main thing. But that's the key to the outside zone, and we're going to keep on just trying to perfect it and keep running it.
So you've got Tampa back in your sights again. How do you guys feel moving forward, going to this playoff chase?
Yeah, man, we got to take it one game at a time, one day at a time, and understand that everything, we got to work for everything, and we can't look ahead at nothing, because it's when you start looking ahead, that's when you start getting distracted. But for us, it's just taking it one day, one game, and then we'll be all right.
That was a famous coach once said, "We're on to the next game. We're on to the New York Giants," and that's what you are, Bijan. Congratulations, over 1,000 yards rushing this season. We'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you,
Bijan Robinson. Terrific night tonight, on a night they needed to lean on something, and they leaned on the running game.
So, all the All-American teams came out. We gave out the Heisman Trophy, gave out all those other awards. In the pros, 2 running backs should make first-team All-Pro. 2 more should make second-team All-Pro. This guy should be on that second-team All-Pro.
It's a tough task this year. We've got a lot of good running backs in this league, but he is a special one indeed.
You name me 4 more better. Yeah. I know 3, but I don't know the 4th.
I think he fits the bill for sure. Final score in this one: the Atlanta Falcons with a 15-9 win over the Las Vegas Raiders. Back with more of the postgame show in a moment. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners, so they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Jesse Bates with his 3rd interception of the year to seal the deal for the Atlanta Falcons, who hang on despite a furious rally from the Las Vegas Raiders to win it 15-9, evening their record at 7-7 and breaking a 4-game losing streak. With Hall of Famer James Lofton, Kevin Kugler back in Las Vegas. Time to check the final stats. Sponsored by the United States Postal Service. Share all the holiday joy this season with the convenient shipping and enhanced network of the United States Postal Service. For more information, visit USPS.com/holiday ride.
Now, wait a minute. You didn't mention Santa in there at all.
I did not, no. He delivered the Falcons a win. That's about all he can be asked to do on this night. Kirk Cousins, 11 of 17, 112 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Bijan Robinson, 22 carries, 125 yards to pace Atlanta on the ground. London, 3 catches, 53 yards, one of them a big one, the 30-yard touchdown for the Falcons, the only touchdown that Atlanta was able to muster tonight. Desmond Ridder, 23 of 39, 208 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks, close out his first start of the year. Also led the way rushing, 5 carries for 28 yards. Myers, 5 catches, 59 yards. Amir Abdullah, 7 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown to lead the way for the Raiders on the offensive side of the football. And most of that offense for the Raiders, James, came in the last 2 to 3 possessions of that fourth quarter when they started to pace, hurry things up a little bit, and found a little rhythm for their quarterback.
It did, and for Desmond Ridder, there was a lot to see tonight. Going up against your former team, getting a chance to start for your new team that you've only been here less than a month. And the fact that when I look at Atlanta, and they were in their 4-game losing streak skid, that was also 5 weeks because they had a bye week in there.
Yep.
They had 2 close games. One they lost to New Orleans 17-20, and the other one they lost to the Los Angeles Chargers 13-17. The other 2 games they weren't in. but they had 2 games where they had a chance to win. So now you're playing in that 5th game and actually your 6th week of where you feel like you've been losing, and they found a way to win. So that's important. They can get back to the high-flying team that they are if they protect Kirk Cousins well enough. And they have to be able to do that before they get to the final game of the season so that they've got to really sweep what they have in front of them.
Yeah, that's a tough task.
Yeah, when you look at the New York Giants at Washington, Carolina's playing a lot better, resurgent, but they get Giants and Carolina at home. So those are 2 games that I know the fan base is looking forward to, and then on the road against Washington.
There's a path there. The problem they have is that their path is maybe a little more difficult than Tampa's path, which has to go to Dallas this weekend.
Yep.
That'll be a tough one because the Cowboys are playing better football. But then Tampa ends with home dates against Carolina and the struggling New Orleans Saints. And look, the 2 best teams in that division are the Falcons and now the Buccaneers. But the path for Tampa Bay does look a little easier, just a bit easier at this point with 3 games to go in that division. Time to select our Navy Federal Credit Union Defender of the Game. This feels like kind of an easy choice, James.
Well, when we watched the game, we saw the defensive line just manhandle the offensive line from the Raiders. And who's the recipient of that? The linebackers. Caden Ellis playing lights out. He had 11 tackles, hit the quarterback twice, bullied guys around. I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty for giving them the business a couple of times. But he was just all over the field, and really that defensive line and the linebackers work hand in hand, and they work very well, and Caden Ellis was the defender of the game.
Yeah, he's our defender of the game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, the DOD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Caden Ellis leads the way, 11 tackles, 1 sack, 2 quarterback hits, and a tackle for loss. Really impressive night for Ellis and for that Falcons defense as they hang on to get the 15-9 win over the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll continue with more of our post-game show from Las Vegas in a moment, but first, let's give our local stations a chance for a message. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on Sirius XM FC.
Ho, ho, ho.
From the drama of the Premier League
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah
to the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter!
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent!
Courtesy of Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the SiriusXM app. With exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more. That's Christmas. Plus over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the SiriusXM app.
Hear every game of the college football playoff on Sirius XM. The first round kicks off Friday night at 8 Eastern when Indiana visits Notre Dame.
The Irish have another touchdown.
Then Saturday, it's Penn State and SMU, followed by Texas hosting Clemson and Tennessee traveling to Ohio State.
Touchdown Buckeyes.
Get more channel numbers at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule or search college football on the Sirius XM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio, channel 84.
Me, then who are words that can live in you too. Show the world what your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at TravisManion.org. That's TravisManion.org.
Welcome back to Monday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for our Wrangler highlight of the game.
Ritter to throw. Second down. Steps up. Uncorks it. Towards the end zone. It is deflected. Diving for it. A body, a scrum, and it's intercepted. It is picked off in the end zone, and Atlanta survives a major scare. 15-9 the win as Jesse Bates comes comes up with his third interception of the year to seal it in the end zone for Atlanta. That's the highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. It's Wrangler season out there. Open road, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles made for your next adventure. Wrangler for the ride of life. 15-9 the win for the Atlanta Falcons over the Las Vegas Raiders. Atlanta now 7-7. The Las Vegas Raiders fall to 2-12 and very much in contention still for the number one overall pick in the draft, which is certainly the conversation with most of the folks who follow the Raiders in this area. We saw tank for Shedeur signs across the stadium tonight. There is a lot of talk about the potential number one overall pick, and coming into the week, the Raiders would have had that number one overall pick if the season had ended at the start of the week. At the end of the week, they're right back in that position again.
Which is not a great position to be in.
No.
But much better than being around that number 8, 9, 10, where the quarterbacks have all been taken off the board. And getting a top 5 quarterback is not always a guarantee.
No, not at all. We have seen that falter many a time over the years, and I'm not sure that this is a guaranteed quarterback class either, but the Raiders certainly have a need at that position. Aiden O'Connell dinged up, Gardner Minshew dinged up, Desmond Ridder getting his first start of the season tonight. Carter Bradley was the number 2 quarterback tonight. He was elevated to the practice squad from the practice squad for the first time this week. It's a thin quarterback spot in Las Vegas, and certainly if they do end up with that number 1 overall pick, they're likely going into that quarterback draft.
Well, Mark Davis has some assistants that he can lean on a little bit in Tom Brady.
Yes.
So you look at that, you look at the relationship that the Sanders family has had with Tom Brady over the years, and not all roads lead to Boulder, but a lot of them go there.
Well, and that's certainly the position that everybody looks at with Shedeur Sanders, the Colorado quarterback. Will he be the number 1 pick for a team that needs a quarterback? He'll certainly get a long, long look. James Lofton, final thoughts on this one with a 15-9 win for Atlanta.
Well, looking at Atlanta, and, some people talk to me about what does it take to get into the playoffs. And, in college football, you're trying to be bowl eligible.
Yep.
And I think in the pros, it's now the race to 10. If you can get to 10 wins, 11 is even better. You've got a chance to get into that 14-team playoff race. And that's a pretty large chunk of the league that gets to participate in the playoffs now. So if you can get there, you have a chance to go as far as your quarterback will take you.
Oh, and that's what they'll have to see if they can go as far as Kirk Cousins can take them in Atlanta. The rest of the league, though, as we put this one to bed and look around the rest of the league with 3 weeks to go, obviously all the talk this week was about what the Bills were able to do and what Josh Allen is doing, moving to 11-3 in the AFC East. But depending on the ankle status of Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, they're 13-1. They're on path to be the number 1 overall seed again. And again, the Super Bowl looks like the path will go through Kansas City in the AFC.
When I played in Buffalo, I went there in 1989. We played in a playoff game against the Cleveland Browns. We didn't win it. We came back to training camp the next year. And I remember Marv Levy's opening speech to the team. And he talked about getting home field advantage. And he said, if we can go within our division and win 8 games, that'll be good. And if we can go outside of that and win another 4 to 6 games, that would be even better. And I took a look around, and I expect guys to be chuckling in the back of the room. They were stone, cold-eyed, and just focused exactly on what he was saying. And there is such a big deal now about getting home field advantage, especially with the season as long as it is, over 18 weeks. You wonder if playing in a dome is important, like the Lions do, if playing where you have weather, where KC, Buffalo, the Eagles, teams like that, or a dome like the Minnesota Vikings playing, and they're on the come. They're coming up. So a lot of teams have that chance to be a team that plays for home field advantage, where you can have your crowd behind you, where you can have the weather assist you, or just play on a lightning-fast surface like the Lions and the Minnesota Vikings do.
You've got those top-tier teams in the AFC, like the Chiefs. The Steelers are in that conversation. Obviously, the Bills for what they're doing. And then you have those next-tier teams in the AFC, the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix, talk about a first-round quarterback that's really started to elevate his game. He's got the Broncos at 9-5. The Ravens with Lamar Jackson playing at an MVP level, 9-5. And don't forget those Houston Texans, who were kind of everybody's darling at the beginning of the year. Yep. They were clearly worn out. They had the late bye. Just came off that bye a week ago, and they looked a little bit reinvigorated yesterday with a lot of talent on that team.
Well, I also looked at the MVP race, and I looked at those guys as game changers. And how many of those guys can actually change the game for you? Like we watched Bijan Robinson tonight change the game, where you have Kirk Cousins, who is a 9-figure quarterback, but he wasn't able to get it done on his own. And so when you start to look at Josh Allen and you look at Lamar Jackson, you look at Mahomes, you look at I think those three.
Yeah, those are the three.
Yeah. But in that, I had circled Pitt, and I'd also circled the Texans because C.J. Stroud, Russell Wilson has been there before.
He has.
And so you have to take that into account. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. So you look at guys who can lead you and go the whole way. Those are the game changers that you want to have on your side.
Quickly to the NFC then, where you've got the Lions and Vikings both 12-2. The Lions decimated right now by injuries, especially on the defensive side. The Packers looking pretty good now at 10-4. You've got the Commanders at 9-5, trailing the Eagles, who are right now the cream of the crop, along with the Lions and Vikings at 12-2. We've talked at length tonight about the situation in the NFC South, but don't forget about the NFC West. That's a division that is wide open going into the last 3 weeks of the season.
But they're only going to have one participant.
They're only going to have one participant. Yeah. Will it be the Rams? Will it be the Seahawks? Will it be the Cardinals? Will somehow the Niners figure out a path, although that one's as narrow as it can get? I don't know what you're going to find there, but there's 2 divisions that are still wide open and likely will be going into the final week. Eagles look like they're in control of the NFC East, and I don't know what's going to happen in the NFC North right now because it's a different Lions team with those injuries.
Well, and the exciting part about it is if you can get a first-time quarterback in there, a guy who hadn't played a lot, Jaden Daniels, a kid who, when he was at Arizona State, I remember seeing him play going, boy, that kid is thin. He's too thin to be an NFL quarterback. And he goes down to LSU and puts on 5 pounds, and now he's tearing up the league. But Jared Goff, Darnold, Love, those guys give you the hope that they can win a game for you. They just have to show that they can get it done.
James Lofton, always a pleasure. Look forward to seeing these final 3 weeks of the season. Hopefully we'll run into each other again, as we usually tend to do.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
That would be. We'll wrap things up from Las Vegas when we return. Once again, the final score, Atlanta 15, Las Vegas 9. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport and then pick more or pick less with their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, is available to play in more than 40 plus states, including California and Texas. You want to join right now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pixmas. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use the code PRIMETIME. Get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get that $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You know by now, you don't need to win. You just get the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
The final score of this one, Falcons beat the Raiders 15-9. You've been listening to Westwood One's coverage of Monday Night Football. Tonight's broadcast has been sponsored by CDW, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Wrangler, by the official NFL app, and by BetMGM, the official odds provider for Westwood One. Please gamble responsibly. We'd like to thank our crew for tonight, our studio coordinator, Curtis Dexter, production assistance provided by Tom Viola and Janet Tanasagard, statistician Randy Poligar, our spotter, Mike Bazemore, engineer Rick Cutler, producer Larry Costigan, our coordinating producers Brian Finkelstein and Aaron Cummins, executive producer is Mike Eby, the senior vice president of sports for Cumulus Media and Westwood One is Bruce Gilbert. Be sure to join us later this week for Thursday Night Football as Denver travels west to take on the LA Chargers in a game with huge implications in the AFC wildcard race. John Sadak and Ross Tucker will bring you all the action beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Then next Saturday, it's a special NFL doubleheader. First up, Houston takes on Kansas City, followed by Pittsburgh and Baltimore renewing their AFC North rivalry. Coverage kicks off at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday Night Football will see Tampa Bay battling Dallas. And finally, 1 week from tonight, it will be the New Orleans Saints heading to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. Pre-game coverage with NFL Network's Rich Eisen kicks off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch all those games right here on many of these same stations, on the NFL app, or streamed live for free on our website, westwoodonesports.com. Once again, our final score from Las Vegas, the Atlanta Falcons snap a 4-game losing streak, knocking off the Raiders, who've lost their 10th in a row, by the final score of 15-9. Now for James Lofton and Scott Graham, I'm Kevin Kugler. Thanks for joining us. You've been listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One. So long from Las Vegas, Nevada.